Welcome to the Northwest Sports Fanatics YouTube channel. I am your host, Orion. I got a great show for you here today with the Seattle Mariners versus the Minnesota Twins. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 5 minutes, so let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Wednesday, everyone. On the left. Second baseman's in the game in 2026, our guy Cole Young. And on the right, one of the best center fielders not named Julio Rodriguez, Byron Buxton. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, catching today for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting third, playing center field, it's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Batting fifth, playing left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting sixth, playing right field, Luke Raley. Batting seventh, DHing for Seattle, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Batting eighth, playing second base, Cole Young. And batting ninth, getting an opportunity to play since he made his debut and hit a home run in his first at-bat, filling in for Leo Rivas at third base, Will Wilson. And on the mound for the Mariners, our ace, best record on the staff so far, 4-2 record, ERA of 2.97. It is Furious George Kirby. And now let's get into the starting lineups for the home Minnesota Twins. Leading off for the Twins in center field, Byron Buxton. Batting second, playing left field, Trevor Larnach. Batting third, DH. Batting fifth, playing first base, Cody Clemens. Batting sixth, playing second base for the Twins, Luke Keeschel. Batting seventh, playing right field, Matt Wall. Batting eighth, playing shortstop for the Twins, Brooks Lee. And batting ninth, playing third base, Royce Lewis. And on the mound for the Twins with a 3-1 record and ERA of 2.91, Taj Bradley. Tridents up. Let's go M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. We're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Only 94 subs away from 24,000. We're approaching 6 million views on the channel as well. Let's get it, Mariners. Tridents up. Let's go M's. Fantastic game yesterday. Much better than having the rain involved in Minnesota. Usually when we come to Minnesota and we come to Target Field, it's a nightmare. Usually we have rain delays and we lose more times than not. We ended up getting, our ass kicked 11-4 in game one with a lot of rain. Yesterday, the sun was out and we definitely showed out. 7-1 victory. Julio with 3 doubles for the first time in his career. Josh Naylor going crazy, going 3 for 5 with that big home run late. And a guy, Cole Young, showing that even when he ends up making a mistake, first error of the season, he can still come up big with big RBI opportunities. The team is really starting to gel and get hot. And again, we're only 1 game below 500, and we're right there in the mix to be at the top of the AL West, believe it or not. There's only 2 teams that have more than 15 wins right now, are the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. And there's a few teams, including the Mariners, that have 15. So again, if we can just do our job, get the job done, win today, play the Royals at home, get the job done there. And then we obviously know when we play the Braves at home, that'll be, a tough test. So like playing the Dodgers or the Padres or the Yankees at the moment, the Braves are very, very good, but realistically, it's safe to say, sooner than later, we should be above 500. And hopefully once we get above 500, more than maybe 3 or 4 games, whenever that may be, hopefully we don't look back, and then we can start to be able to show that we are the best team in the AL West, that it's our division to lose, even with a very slow start in the first 31 games. And again, I like the way that this team is trending as we're going into the All-Star break. Julio is maturing. Cal is getting hot. Naylor was one of the worst 2 hitters in baseball a few weeks ago. Now he's obviously getting into a nice rhythm and groove. Randy and Cole Young are leading the team in batting average. I mean, you're getting production all over, and hopefully we can end up getting the dub here today. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Marine Bean in the building. What's good? And obviously a little bit of an early start for people that live on the West Coast. It's 10:40 right now, but again, sun is out. Taj Bradley on the mound. First pitch to J.P. Crawford, high and away, 1-0 count. And again, Taj has been good this year, 3-1 record with an ERA of 2.91, and we got J.P. Crawford in the box. First pitch was high and away, four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by Bradley. 1-0 pitch, high and away, big swing and a miss, four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Bradley. 1 ball and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. And obviously, after losing the first game with rain, 11-4, if we can win back-to-back games and win the series would be great. A line drive from JP, and that is 1 away. Nice job there by Brooks Lee, making it happen, and that is 1 down. Dark Passenger in the building, Captain in the building. What's good? So JP with a little line drive right there to Brooks Lee. And we were hoping that we would get that to go past the infield. But again, we'll see what JP can do later in the game. Next up is the big dumper catcher, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. First pitch, high and away, four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, 1-0 count. And even though we saw how it went with Ryan yesterday, the righty, it was kind of slim pickings for a few innings. It may be the same with Bradley as well. He definitely has some high heat. But again, I still feel confident that we can win the series and win the game here today. Come back home and play the Royals and beat them up as well. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 1-1 pitch, high and away, cutter 90 miles an hour by Taj Bradley. 2 balls and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Captain with a tenner to get us off on a good foot. Appreciate you. We're at 10 on the Dono train, 90 to go. 2-1 pitch, high and away. Good patience here by Cal. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by Taj Bradley. 3 balls and 1 strike to Cal Raleigh. And hopefully we'll be able to get going early and often. I'm hoping that we can get a run aboard or 2, within the first 3 or 4 innings. Obviously, magic number is 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits for the offense. And we want Kirby to give up 0 to 2, 3 at the max. 3-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Yeah, and I don't mind morning games, early afternoon, evening, it really doesn't matter with me. Obviously, for some people that have school or work, it gives an opportunity to be able to listen to the broadcast or listen to the game. And, even though you may not be able to watch everything, depending on where you are, but again, you definitely can get everything here at the NWSF. Pitch fouled off by Cal, 3-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Great patience there by Cal. And again, when you see a lot of our hitters going against a good pitcher and swinging at the first 2 pitches, that doesn't help the pitch count, of the opposing pitcher. And more than likely, if he's not pitching down the middle, you're going to pop up or ground out on the first 2 pitches, and that doesn't help the Mariners. So again, I like the patience. And speaking of patience, we've been getting a lot of patience from this guy right here. 3 doubles for the first time in his career, Julio Rodriguez. And even though he started off slow with Cal and Naylor in the first couple games, slow dribbler towards third, throw to second, and that is 2 away. But again, with Julio Rodriguez, to be able to see the patience, with him, it's a nice thing to be able to see. We've been waiting for it since his rookie year in 2022. And sometimes you got to mature. And, if you play 15 to 20 years, sometimes you got to wait till year 5 to year 10, somewhere in that range, where you really mature and find your prime. That was fouled off there by Julio. 0-1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. Back-to-back splitters here by Bradley, and I'm happy that we didn't end up getting that force out at second. And it was looking like, oh no, it was going to be an early double play, and we don't want that. 1-1 pitch from Bradley to Julio. Takes a strike right down the middle. Off-speed curveball fooled Julio Rodriguez there. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Top of the first inning. 0-0 here early between the Mariners and the Twins. All day in the building. What's good? One-two pitch. Popped up and out of play. Top of the first inning, runner at first with 1 out, 0-0 here early, Mariners and Twins. Bradley on the mound, Julio Rodriguez in the box. Let's go, Julio. 3 doubles for the first time in his career yesterday, and I love the patience that he has shown in 2026. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Curveball, 82 miles an hour, fooling Julio Rodriguez again. And that ends up being strike 3. Nice pitch there from Taj Bradley. And again, if you're going to be going on a big swing and a miss, hopefully you'll be able to get a little bit more. But again, he tried to get a piece of it and just missed. Down goes Julio, and that is 2 away. Next up is Josh Naylor. But I'm still confident Julio will be able to get at least a base knock here today. Make some plays in, obviously, center field. First pitch from Bradley to Naylor, low and at the knees. Splitter, 91 miles an hour, 1-0 count. And obviously, Naylor has been coming up with some big RBIs, big home runs. And, after being one of the 2 worst hitters, not only in, the Mariners, but for baseball in general, and to be able to get where he is now, it definitely feels good. 375 average on the road trip, 6 for 16. And he definitely is starting to heat up. And he's making his big, hits count when we need them the most. 1-0 pitch, low and away. Splitter, 89 miles an hour by Bradley. 2 balls and no strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. Top of the first inning, 0-0 here early between the Mariners and the Twins. 2-0 pitch. And Naylor pops it up. Should be a routine play here in foul territory. And it ends up going into fair territory. And Lewis comes up with the grab there near home plate, and that is out number 3. We leave 1 stranded with the Cal Raleigh walk. And now let's go to the bottom of the first inning and see who's up here for the Minnesota Twins. Leading off for the Twins in center field, Byron Buxton. Batting second, left fielder Trevor Larnach. And batting third, DHing Josh Bell. And on the mound for the Mariners with our best record so far, 4-2 record, ERA of 2.97. It is Furious George Kirby. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 93 subs to go to get to 24,000. Approaching 6 million views on the channel. We're definitely going in the right direction. All right, we're at 25 likes, 75 to 100. Yeah, Randy is playing. So, again, if you end up having a bet on Randy getting a hit, he's in the lineup, and he's always going to be in the lineup unless there's an injury. Got to win it for Rick Riz. 50th year anniversary here for the Mariners. 40-plus years on the radio. One of my favorites of all time. And again, we dedicate this season to Rick Riz and Dave Niehaus. Rest in peace with the baseball gods, and hopefully we'll be able to do something special here for Riz since he is retiring this season. We've got to put him out on a good note. George Kirby on the mound, leading off for the Twins, Byron Buxton. On deck, Trevor Larnach. And batting third today, not fourth, DHing Josh Bell. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 6 games, 4-2 record, 2.97 ERA. Strikeout rate is 19%. Walk rate 5.9. George is one of the best at not walking individuals. Doesn't really hit a whole lot of guys either. And again, we just need Wu and Emerson Hancock to kind of settle down as of late. They've been a little shaky, especially Wu, giving up the 7 runs in 3 innings versus the Cardinals. We still ended up winning that game 11-9. And then obviously we know that Castillo is our worst, giving up 7 runs a few days ago. But again, Cade Anderson, Bryce Miller, there's going to be other options sooner than later. First pitch is low and away, sinker 96 miles an hour, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking down the middle with a sweeper, 86 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike to Byron Buxton. 1-1 pitch from Kirby to Buxton. Big swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball right down the middle. 96 miles an hour, high heat there by Kirby. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Byron Buxton. And again, Buxton's their best player. He's known for big doubles and home runs. Just got to limit the damage on what Buxton may possibly do. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, nasty sweeper, 87 miles an hour, low and away. Kirby gets his first punch out on their best player. I love it. George Kirby bringing that electricity early, and that is 1 away. Down goes Buxton. Nice job there by George. First pitch to Trevor Larnach, high and away. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, 1-0 count. And again, even though that Gilbert has been a little shaky, in his starts, at least Emerson Hancock has kind of filled that gap. And then once Gilbert really starts to get going, we're only going to have really one weakness, and that's going to be Castillo. And then with Miller coming back, we can put Castillo in the pen. At least I hope that's what they do. You can't afford to send Hancock to AAA or put him in the pen necessarily. So I guess you could put Hancock in the pen, but that would be doing us a disservice. We want to make sure we have our best players playing. And that's fouled off there by Larnach. But if it was me, I move Castillo into the bullpen and then, see what Bryce Miller can do. And then if he's still not right, then eventually, hopefully by sometime in summer, we can get Cade Anderson to get called up. And then hopefully Colt Emerson will get called up by June as well to give us another offense and defensive threat like Cole Young. They're going to be amazing together. And then obviously we could use another starting pitcher to give us some reliability. Oh, just over the head of JP and Larnach. And again, if that's Colt Emerson, probably makes that play, And again, we, having JP Crawford and Leo Rivas, they're going to do their best for being shorter players. But sometimes you need a little extra height, a little bit extra long arms and long legs to be able to make certain plays. And again, Colt has been doing incredible, in the farm for the Tacoma Rainiers. And again, JP, just not enough there. I mean, obviously great attempt with the jumping attempt there. But again, when you're a little bit of a shorter player, sometimes those go over your head. Nice single there from Larnach. First pitch to Josh Bell. Low and away, 1-0 count. Change up 88 miles an hour there by George Kirby. Also got to be very careful on how you pitch to Bell. Probably the second best, clutch hitter on the team, game in and game out. 1-0 pitch, just gets a piece of that, fouls it off towards home plate. Knuckle curve, 83 miles an hour there by Kirby, right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first and 1 out. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 here early between the Mariners and the Twins. And after having rain in game 1 and getting our ass kicked 11-4, we played really well yesterday with the sun out. 7-1 victory. Naylor, Julio, Cole Young. We got great, production out of those guys. And Logan Gilbert, actually played pretty damn well. And Young with the pop-up. And that is 2 away. Nice job there by Cole. We can always count on Cole Young to make it the big defensive plays as well as the big offensive plays as well. Next up, cleanup hitter today, catching for Minnesota, Ryan Jeffers. First pitch popped up into shallow right field. Luke Raley is there, and that is out number 3. Nice job, Luke. And again, Luke, was a liability with his defense, but him obviously getting more time, since the Victor Robles injury has helped, him be able to get some more, time and acclimated to, playing right field. And, he'll make some sliding grabs on the knees and, diving catches and whatnot. And it's just nice to be able to trust guys at least, with pop-ups all around in the outfield. But we obviously know with Randy on those ground balls, that's still going to be a little bit of a liability. Nice job there by Luke Raley, getting out number 3. End of the first inning, 0-0 here early. And again, hopefully we'll be able to get on the board here sooner than later. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners in the top of the second inning. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Next up for the Mariners in the 5-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting second in the 6-hole, right fielder Luke Raley. We could use a nuke from Luke. And batting third in the 7-hole, it's the Italian Stallion DHing Dominic Canzone. And on the mound for the Twins, 3-1 record, ERA of 2.91, Taj Bradley. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. 92 subs to go to 24,000. Let's go. Trident's up. Let's go M's. All right, 38 likes, 62 to 100. Let's get it, baby. First pitch from Bradley to Randy Arozarena, high and inside. Cutter 90 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Batting average 297. 2 home runs, 11 ribbies. And again, if we could just get him to have some effort defensively, he could be a complete player, like Julio and Cole Young. But, for whatever reason, just kind of likes to take it easy, daydream out there in left field. And, it definitely could help the Mariners take his game to the next level if he actually showed effort all the time, not just when he wants to. 1-0 pitch gets away from Taj Bradley and the catcher there, Jeffers. 2 balls and no strikes to Randy Arozarena. 2-0 pitch, high and inside. 3 balls and no strikes to Randy Arozarena. 3-0 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle. 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Bradley. 3 balls and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. Take the walk if it's there. 3-1 pitch, pops it behind the plate and foul towards the Pepsi sign there at target field. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Let's go, Randy. Three-two pitch, and pops that one behind the Pepsi sign again there at target field. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Bradley to Arozarena. Bottom of the second inning, we will see what happens, obviously, for the Minnesota Twins players, but hopefully Seattle can make their mark here in the top of the second. 3-2 pitch, and Randy with a little dribbler towards third base. Lewis is there, throw to first, and that is 1 away. Down goes Randy on that ground ball to third base. Lewis to Clemens, toe tap on the bag, and that is 1 away. Next up in the 6-hole, right fielder Luke Raley. Let's see if we can get Luke to work the count like Dominic Canzone. It feels like they do much better when they work the count and get deeper, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you can get there. Now, obviously, you can still hit home runs and get big singles and doubles on the first 2 pitches if they're down the middle. But a lot of these pitchers lately have been pitching outside or inside. 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike right down the middle. Goes with a splitter on pitch 1, 92 miles an hour right down the middle. And then a cutter high and away, 90 miles an hour by Bradley. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke Raley. 0-2 pitch. Fouls that one back to the Pepsi sign there and target field. Curveball, 81 miles an hour by Taj Bradley. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the second inning, 0-0 Mariners and Twins. We're only 1 game below 500, and we're right there, to be able to take over the AL West. And 0-2 pitch, high and away to Luke Raley. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Bradley to Raley. And there's only 2 teams that have better wins, than the Mariners. The Yankees, obviously the best team in the American League, and the Tampa Bay Rays, number 2. And there's, 3 or 4 teams that have 15 wins. So we're right there. Big swing and a miss there on the curveball, high and away. And that's a big punch out there for Taj Bradley. Down goes Luke. No nuke at that at-bat, and that is 2 away. Next up is the Italian Stallion DHing in the 7-hole, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. First pitch, big swing and a miss, low and at the knees. Splitter 91 miles an hour, fooling Dominic Canzone. 0-1 count. Beard in the building, what's good? Angry in the building, what's good? 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, low and away. Splitter 91 miles an hour by Taj Bradley. No balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Yeah, great, Julio with 3 doubles, first time in his career. Fucking Josh Naylor going fucking crazy, with home runs and big plays and big hits. Cole Young with his first Arab and then ends up making up for it with a few ribbies. So, again, everything is really starting to come together. We don't really have too many weaknesses. Obviously, we're still waiting on Brandon Donovan to come back. Victor Robles as maybe a role player, and then Bryce Miller getting a chance to see if he can, take Luis Castillo's spot and be better than him. At least hopefully that's the way that it goes. Can't afford to send Hancock down. He's been too good this year. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes Dominic Canzone, and he can't find the rhythm early, but hopefully at some point he will before the game is over. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 2nd inning and see who's up next here for the Mariners. And again, with, even everything that has been going against us, and being 15-16 in the first 31 games, we're tied for the 3rd best record, in the American League. So it really shows you, how bad the American League has been, compared to the National League. And again, the Yankees, #1 team, Tampa Bay Rays, #2, but there's like 3, 4, 5 teams that have 15 wins. And again, we win today, we're at 500. And then when we play the Royals, if we win that series, we could potentially get a couple games above 500 because we will need to when we have the Atlanta Braves after them. But, again, once we can get to a point where we're a few games above 500, hopefully we don't look back, and then we can start being able to stack wins and being that top guy there in the American League West, which I think eventually we will. But again, you have to give it a little bit of time. Let's go to the bottom of the 2nd inning and see who's up next here for Minnesota. Next up for the Twins in the 5-hole, first baseman Cody Clemens. Batting second in the 6-hole, second baseman Luke Keeschel. And batting third in the 7-hole, right fielder Matt Wallner. And on the mound for the Mariners, our best pitcher statistically, record-wise, ERA 2.97, 4-2 record, Furious George Kirby. Now, we know Wu is normally reliable, besides giving up those 7 runs in the first 3 innings against the Cardinals. Still one of our top guys. Emerson Hancock has been great. Logan Gilbert has been getting better lately, which is a good sign to see. So really, we only have one, poor pitcher in the lineup, and that's Luis Castillo. But again, nice to know that Bryce Miller is a few weeks away. And, you do have Cade Anderson waiting in the wings a few months down the road that could definitely help this team out. And another guy in Ryan Sloan, who's been pitching pretty damn well in the farm as well. So, again, Castillo not, he won't be the guy there for that much longer, but again, we got to be able to, just, deal with it until the time comes. Bottom of the 2nd inning, 0-0 here early between the Mariners and the Twins. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. First pitch from Kirby to Clemens, takes a strike looking with the knuckle curve, 83 miles an hour, right down the middle, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Little dribbler towards first base and foul. Yeah, but beggars can't be choosers, Again, obviously we want Dom to be better, but again, it's better than having a guy like a, Mike Ford or Jared Vogelback, where it's either going to be, a strikeout or a home run and not really any chance for any singles or doubles that often, so, it is what it is. And I think Dom actually plays better, when he's in right field rather than when he DHs. I feel he gets more of a feel of the game. And when you have Dom in right field, usually the production is better in the box. And I think there is a correlation there. Not to say that Canzone can't hit when he's just DHing, but it is what it is. Little dribbler out to left field to Randy Arozarena, and a nice single there by Cody Clemens. Especially when we've had one of the best DHs of all time, Edgar Martinez, anything, compared to him, you're not going to really see too many guys on that level, but, hopefully Dom will be a little bit more consistent. And also, we don't have to wait 60 games to figure out who our DH is, which we did a few years back until we ended up, solidifying a few guys like Mike Ford. Next up is Luke Keeschel. And And it's not like we're going to have everyone, red hot and rolling in the lineup. There's going to be, guys that are peaking, guys that are on slumps, but again, we definitely have turned it around from being the worst hitting team in baseball a few weeks ago. And, we're quite a bit better, in that 220 to 235 range. And we're definitely climbing. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one off behind the plate. Sweeper, 86 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke Keeschel. Yeah, I mean, that's another great thing about the Mariners. People want to clown and say, oh, you guys have never, made it to a World Series, let alone won one. But at least we've had some of the best players to ever suit up, on our team with Ken Griffey Jr. and Randy Johnson and Edgar Martinez, Ichiro Suzuki, Felix Hernandez. And guess what? None of them cheated. And I know we can hang our head high knowing that we're not a fan of a cheater team. That means a lot to, I know, a lot of us. So, they did it the right way. Good person on the field, good person off the field, and, well respected and never cheated. And I know we love that. 1-2 pitch to Keeschel, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Keeschel. And then we got a few guys, obviously, on this squad that are really making names for themselves. Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez. You got Brian Wu, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert. And then on top of that, up-and-coming stud in Cole Young. Colt Emerson is going to be just as good as Cole. Let me tell you, if you've been watching any of the highlights there in the farm, I mean, he's making amazing Derek Jeter-type plays on defense and can make big plays in the box as well. It's going to be very exciting when we end up getting that pairing. No disrespect to J.P. Crawford, but again, once we end up getting Cole and Colt, it is going to be insane. And I can't wait for Donovan to come back as well. We definitely need a little bit better of a hitter at third and defender as well, even though it's a new position for him this year. Only got a couple starts on the Cardinals at third. Normally we'll play, somewhere in second or short, but we're already loaded there. Pitch fouled off there by Keeschel, right down the middle, 4-seam fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Keeschel. 2-2 pitch, low and away, change up, 89 miles an hour there by George Kirby. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and no outs. Bottom of the second, 0-0 here early between the Mariners and the Twins. Throw to first and safe. And it's nice to be able to have, not only guys that potentially could be Hall of Fame players, in Julio and Cal, but you have really damn good players in Brandon Donovan, Josh Naylor, Randy Arozarena. And, if Cole Young keeps playing like he is, he's going to be recognized as one of the best second basemen in the game, even at this young age. Throw to first and got him. Big out there. Keeschel grounds out. Nice throw to first. And that is 1 away. Let's go. Good defense. The Randy Johnson 80s jersey night definitely looks very cheaply made, like Fanatics, and it looks terrible with the T-Mobile on the back. If you're going to make a replica jersey, absolutely don't put the T-Mobile on the back of the name, where the name and the number is on the jersey. It looks really tacky. If you want to make it look like a replica, and at least hide the T-Mobile, put it on the sleeve, on the side of, the right or the left, not on the top. But, again, most Mariner giveaways, depending on what they are, hats, bobbleheads, top tier, but when they start doing some of the clothes and the fanny pack hat, then things start to go sideways. First pitch is fouled off with that knuckle curve, 0-1 count. But again, not every team is going to have everything that's going to be, fire as far as memorabilia. There'll definitely be some misses. 0-1 pitch, high and inside, cutter 93 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Matt Wallner. Let's go, George. 1-1 pitch, check swing, and it goes back to the target field sign. George Kirby on the mound. Matt Wallner in the box. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 1 out. Bottom of the second, 0-0 here early between the Mariners and the Twins. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Time is called. I do like the bobbleheads a lot. If you do look at a lot of the bobbleheads that are out there, like Foco, they make them. But as far as like the Seattle Mariner issued, giveaway baubles, most of them look like the player, which is nice. There's definitely some on other teams that, don't even look like the player whatsoever. So at least we have that going for us. And their hat giveaways are usually top tier. 1-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Wallner. I'm going to be going on the 4th of July for the 3rd year in the row, and they're doing a bucket hat. Don't really know how it's going to look, and again, they've done the Sea Captain's hat that Robles would rock. I like that. My best friend ended up getting that with his dad. I didn't get that, but both hats from the last 2 years on the 4th of July have been pretty cool, and looking forward to watching the Blue Jays in person and hopefully beating them down. 2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, and down goes Matt Wallner. Another punch out for our guy, George Kirby. Way to bring the electricity, George, and that is 2 away. Next up is Brooks Lee. First pitch to Lee, high and away, 1-0 count. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour to Brooks Lee. Kirby on the mound, Lee in the box. One-zero pitch, low and away, change up, 89 miles an hour, 2 balls and no strikes to Brooks Lee. 2-0 pitch from Kirby to Lee. Big swing and a miss, low and away. Nasty changeup there from George. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at second and 2 outs. Kirby on the mound, Lee in the box. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Two-one pitch, foul back to the target field sign. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brooks Lee. Bullpen last night, Bizzardo, Spire, Brash, and Criswell. Great job. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brooks Lee. 2-2 pitch, popped up, and out of play. As Cal takes the mask off and takes a glance. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second with 2 outs. Bottom of the second, 0-0 here early. Nice catch from that fan there. Hopefully we'll be able to get on the board here in the top of the 3rd inning. Trident's up. Let's go M's. 2-2 pitch to Lee. Little check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Knuckle curve, 84 miles an hour, goes into the dirt. Nice job there by Cal by smothering that baseball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count now is full with 2 outs. Yeah, Braves are going to be really tough, and Royals usually, regardless of their record, they'll probably play us pretty tough, but we should definitely be able to win 2 out of 3. You would at least hope. Big swing and a miss, and another punch out there from George Kirby. Down he goes. But based on how the Atlanta Braves have been playing lately, it definitely is going to be a challenge. I mean, if you've been watching any of their games with the Dodgers, the Padres, the Braves, the Reds, the Yankees, the Tampa Bay Rays, I mean, those are the top teams as of now. But again, we're steadily climbing. And again, don't be surprised, within a few weeks, we could end up, matching some of the records of some of those other teams, maybe not the top teams, but we can definitely start climbing up there with some of the others. And remember, in the American League, it's very bad this year. You got the Yankees and then the Rays, and then about 3, 4, 5 teams with 15 wins, and Mariners are one of them. So even as bad as we've been, we're one of the top 3 records, even with a 15-16 record, we got 15 wins. So there are teams obviously that are 500 or a game above, but again, we win today. We're at 500, 16-16. And again, we can get the job done winning 2 out of 3 or possibly sweeping the Royals if we win the first 2. We can talk about that later. And, things can definitely, go in the right direction. So end of the 2nd inning, 0-0 Mariners and Twins. But again, just like in life, you got to go through adversity. Not everything is going to go your way. And it's all about how you, react to the situation. And again, if you have strong belief in yourself, as well as your teammates, you can be able to turn it around. Let's go to the top of the 3rd inning and see who's up next here for the Mariners. Rick Riz, he loves it. Next up in the 8-hole, one of my favorite players on the team, a great two-way player, second baseman Cole Young. So I did some research, and I know we wanted to be able to try to find out a nickname. So I guess the players, when he was a rookie last year, they called him Babyface Young. And then obviously we, seen social media posts with it's a Cole world, but again, we're still looking for kind of a catchy nickname, other than Babyface, that we can end up using, which, they used last year. But, as we have more interviews with the players, we'll find out if we can find something that sticks. Batting first, Cole Young. Batting second in the 9-hole, third baseman Will Wilson. Home run in his first at-bat, filling in for Leo Rivas and Brandon Donovan. And batting third, J.P. Crawford. First pitch, takes a strike looking low and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and away with a splitter, 1 ball and 1 strike from Taj Bradley. 1-1 pitch, hard hit ball, deep right field, back. Oh my God, how was that caught? Matt Wallner. That could have been easily a double for Cole Young. And again, we've actually seen some amazing defense from not only left field with Larnach, Buxton in center, and then now Wallner in right field. And again, it definitely shows the speed and athleticism from the outfielders on the Twins, because again, that easily could have been a double, maybe even a triple, depending on the angle once it bounced off the wall. Nice defense there by the Twins. I can't hate. But obviously, I would love for Cole to be able to get going early, and he will. Best believe. Next up in the 9-hole, third baseman Will Wilson. First pitch to Wilson, hard hit ball, shallow left field, and that is 2 away. And I was kind of hoping I would find at least a photo I could use of Will, and luckily they have at least one after he's on his home run trot here against the Cardinals. And now that is 2 away. Next up, shortstop J.P. Crawford. 0 for 1 with a line drive in his first at-bat. Let's see if we can get something going here with J.P. And again, a lot of streamers out there, are going to be incredibly biased and not give love, to the opponent. But again, I appreciate greatness wherever it's at. And of course, we want things to go our way, but we can't ignore great plays on the other side. 0-1 pitch, hard hit ball, deep right field. And it is gone. Let's go. J.P. Crawford getting the job done. And I knew the Trident photo would come in handy at some point or another. Way to bring the electricity. J.P. Crawford, big blast after having a line drive and getting out. And after Cole Young getting robbed, Rick Rez, he loves it. J.P. Crawford, he loves it. And the NWSF, we fucking love it here. 1-0 M's. Let's go. And he was overdue. He's been overdue for probably a week now. So great job there by JP getting us on the board. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And that's what makes this team so exciting. You don't really know what you're going to get game in and game out. Are we going to play good? Are we going to play bad? Are the pitchers going to be good? Is the bullpen going to shit the bed? But one thing about the hitters, as a little blooper here in front of the pitcher, throw to first, and down goes Cal Raleigh. And that is out number 3. But, you just never know who's going to be the man, And again, with so much talent on the roster, it's exciting, because some guys you expect to get hits almost every at-bat, guys like Donnie and, guys like Cole Young and a few others, but then others are going to be more hit or miss, like Luke Raley, Dominic Canzone, J.P. Crawford, Leo Rivas, guys like that. And then when they end up cashing in and making up a big play, it really does, give us that extra momentum, for the other guys to kind of lift their level of play. And again, we weren't able to get anything after that. But again, I like the big home run there by J.P. Crawford. 1-0 Mariners. Nice job, J.P. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd inning and see who's up next here for the Twins. Next up for the Twins in the 9-hole, third baseman Royce Lewis. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K, center fielder Byron Buxton. And batting third, 1 for 1, left fielder Trevor Larnach. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. $93 subs to go to 23,000 or 24,000, excuse me. We're at 23,907. All right, Captain. Appreciate the support. We're at 51 likes, 49 to 100. And Captain ended up getting us to the $10 dono to get us started off on a good foot. Appreciate you. Bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Seattle. Kirby pitching a gem so far, with a two-hitter, and hopefully we'll continue to keep raking. Popped up a mile, and in foul territory, Cal Raleigh getting the job done and getting a cheap out on the first pitch to Royce Lewis, and that is one away. Good job by Cal. Down goes Royce, and that is one away. Next up, leadoff hitter, center fielder Byron Buxton. Batting second, on deck, left fielder Trevor Larnach. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. First pitch from Kirby to Buxton. Right down the middle for a strike on the line. Sinker, 96 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Good start. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a miss there by Buxton. Looks like he ended up getting just a little bit of a piece of it. Sweeper, 86 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Buxton. JP Crawford homers to right 374 feet moments ago to give us a 1-0 lead. 0-2 pitch, hard hit ball towards third, and it gets past both defenders there, Will Wilson and JP Crawford. Nothing that could be done there. And a nice base knock by the crafty Byron Buxton. Buxton singles to left. Next up in the 2-hole, left fielder 1-for-1, Trevor Larnach. First pitch from Kirby to Larnach. Big swing and a miss. Nasty knuckle curve. Low and at the knees. 83 miles an hour there by Kirby. He's in his zone right now. No balls and 1 strike with a runner at first and 1 out. Bottom of the third. 1-0 Mariners. Trident's up. Alex with the tour. 0-1 pitch. And a hard hit ball up the middle. Get it, Cole. Double play. Give it to me. Yes. Let's go. And that's why Cole is such a valuable tool. Are they saying he's safe? Are they going to challenge? Naylor got him in the back here. Let's look at the replay here quickly. But again, Young much better than Jorge Polanco. And JP with a kind of a wild throw there. And did Naylor actually get the tag on the runner there? Looks like they're not going to challenge. Alex with the tour, appreciate you. Every dollar counts. We're at 12 on the dono train, 88 to go. And again, Polo, obviously being one of those guys that, didn't play well in his first year, like with Garver, obviously had some big moments for us in the ALDS Game 5 against Scooball, and we ended up, getting that big home run and big playability. Obviously, he didn't do as much as we would like against the Blue Jays in the ALCS, but started off very hot, last year, batting 350 to 450 for, a good chunk of the early part of the first part of the season. And again, it kind of hit a wall and then ended up being good again. But, as far as defense, Cole Young blows him out of the water. Great job there by the Mariners with a big double play, even though it was kind of a wild throw by JP. And I don't know what's going on with JP with those wild throws. The first, luckily, Naylor is a pretty big body guy, long arms, long legs, so he'll be able to make up for some of the mistakes, from either Cole Young or JP Crawford or whoever the third baseman is, like today, Will Wilson. But we got to be as accurate as possible. End of the third inning, 1-0 Seattle. Great job there by Cole Young. I love defense. Two-way players are my favorite. And if you can play offense and you can play defense, again, you're definitely going to be one of my favorites. Now let's see who's up next here for the Mariners and see if we can pour it on. Next up for the Mariners in the top of the fourth, 0-for-1 with a K with 3 doubles yesterday, a career high. Center fielder, it's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, 0-for-1 first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. big 3-run blasts. Anytime you can end up getting 2-run blasts, 3-run jacks, grand salamis, or solo dingers. The Mariners TV broadcast didn't show the bat flip, but if you ended up seeing the Twins broadcast, you could see the bat flip last night on social media. And again, nice to see Naylor going from one of the worst 2 hitters in baseball to getting to being where we need him to be and above and beyond. And batting third, left fielder in the 5-hole, Randy Arozarena. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. First pitch from Taj Bradley, high and away to Julio Rodriguez with the splitter, 90 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Taj Bradley, 3-1 record coming in with a 2.91 ERA. He's been good. And Julio Rodriguez in the box. 1-0 pitch, little dribbler towards third. And safe. Look at that. Good hustle by Julio Rodriguez, and obviously Royce Lewis was hoping that that ball would go foul at the very last minute, but it stays fair right by that third base bag, and we'll take that. Any type of slow dribbler, you'll got to be able to take it, and the throw definitely not in time. Great speed by Julio to first base, and now we got a runner at first here in the top of the 4th inning. And again, this version of Julio Rodriguez we've been waiting for years. We've been waiting for this for 4 years, and finally we're getting a good, patient, hitter in the box out of Julio Rodriguez in year number 5. So 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. First 4 years, didn't figure it out, but now in year 5, he finally is starting to figure out what it means to be patient in the box. And he's actually getting rewarded for it as well. Now, the home runs aren't there yet, but again, if we can just get the batting average up and get a lot of singles and doubles, that's going to be better than him being at 5 home runs and his batting average at like 120. So, it's a give and a take. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Naylor. 1-1 pitch from Bradley, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike to Josh Naylor. Top of the 4th inning, runner at first, Julio Rodriguez with no outs. And again, we had a very poor start for Naylor, Cal, and Julio. A lot of the casual fans, hopped off, and decided that we weren't worth watching. But again, not everything is going to go your way, especially in baseball. A very difficult sport to play offensively and defensively. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, splitter, 92 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Bradley to Naylor. But again, for a lot of us Fanatics, regardless of record, we're going to be watching games. We had 20 years of no chance of making the playoffs, and a lot of us would still watch games beginning to end. So again, and things have gotten much better since we got Julio and Cal in 2022. 2-2 pitch. Naylor pops it up. Should be a routine play here. And that is 1 away. Jeffers ends up getting the pop out for Naylor, and that is 1 down. Next up is Randy Arozarena. But usually, in sports, if you end up playing 15 to 20 years, the prime years usually are going to be somewhere in years 5 through 10. A lot of times years 7 through 10, where you really figure it out if you play 15 or 20 years. Obviously, if you don't play that long, it may be a little bit different, but obviously here in, Julio's 5th year, which is kind of crazy to say that they've already been in the league that long already. But again, definitely getting better, and that's all we wanted. We know that he was great in the no-fly zone. There was never complaints there. It was just, the timing and the patience in the box. 1-0 pitch, fouls that one off. Out of play, cutter 90 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. One pitch, low and away, and looks like he goes around with the check swing, splitter 91 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. And also, if you're watching pitchers closely, you're not getting a strike down the middle type of pitch by all pitchers, to get ahead of the count all the time anymore. It was kind of like that in the past, but now with the ABS and some of the rule changes, a lot of these pitchers are, trying to be able to, kind of bait those, hitters to, swing at garbage in the first couple pitches. And big swing and a miss for Randy. Down he goes, and that is 2 away. And again, you're still going to get some that are going to try to get ahead of the count, 0-1, 0-2, strike down the middle, looking, maybe fouls off the second pitch, and then, the hitter is behind 0-2. And most guys that get behind 0-2, they strike out. I mean, that's just how it goes. But, if you're obviously a good hitter, sometimes you can still battle out of an 0-2 count, a 3-2 count, or start a rally with 2 outs. First pitch from Bradley to Rayleigh, low and at the knees. Glad he didn't swing at that, 1-0 count. And let's see if we can get Rayleigh and Canzone at pitch 3, 4, 5, 6, preferably 4, 5, 6, 7. And if we can get them at that point, we might be able to get something cooking. 1-0 pitch to Luke, and pops it up, and it should be an easy out here. And that was pitch number 2. Come on, Luke. Didn't you learn anything from yesterday? And that is out number 3. I mean, you can't do the same thing over and over and over and expect different results. I mean, the pitchers are going to be different, and the pitches could be different as well as location. But, give yourself a chance to find that perfect pitch, and also help, the team by getting the pitch count up. Every time you swing at the first couple pitches, you're not helping anybody out. I mean, unless you end up getting a single, double, or a home run, but that's not going to happen every time. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning and see who's up next here for the Twins, and we'll go over the stats of the pitchers as well, see where we're at. Next up for the Twins, in the 3-hole, DHing 0-for-1, Josh Bell. Batting second, 0-for-1 in the 4-hole, catcher Ryan Jeffers. And batting third, 1-for-1 in the 5-hole, first baseman Cody Clemens. All right, Taj Bradley, 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 Ks. He's only at 55 pitches, 35 strikes, and 2.84 ERA. And then with George Kirby, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 3 Ks, 41 pitches, 29 strikes with a 2.76 ERA. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. $92 subs to go to 24,000. We're at 12 at the Dono train, 88 to go. And we're at 61 likes, 39 to 100. And some players have more awareness, than others, and again, it definitely shows. We know how good of a hitter Luke Rayleigh was at the beginning of the year, but again, you're doing yourself a disservice, by just trying to mash on the first couple pitches. And that's kind of what Julio would do in his first, 4 years, right? And it didn't really work out very well for him, in the first half of the season. Now, obviously, after the All-Star break, he's one of the best players in baseball. There's no doubt every single year, but again, it's all about putting a full year together. First pitch is low and at the knees to Josh Bell with the knuckle curve, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking high and away, change up 87 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Bell. 1-1 pitch, takes a ball with a cutter on the line, could have been a strike if you ended up challenging this, but no challenge here. 2 balls and 1 strike to Josh Bell. 2-1 pitch. Low and at the knees with the sinker, 96 miles an hour. 3 balls and 1 strike to Josh Bell. Three-one pitch from Kirby to Bell. Little slow dribbler towards first base. Naylor is there. And a toe tap on the bag, and that is 1 away. And we had Ty France in the past, but obviously Naylor is going to be the best offense or defensive player that we've had in a minute. And again, it's nice to be able to have someone that we can trust there. Now we just got to be able to get Brandon Donovan back. Hopefully he doesn't have any, reoccurring injuries with the hip and the growing. We've already missed a few games with the flu, a few games with the growing, few games with the hip and the growing. And again, we definitely need him back healthy for the good stretch. Next up is Ryan Jeffers. First pitch from Kirby to Jeffers, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 96 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Kirby on the mound, Jeffers in the box. 0-1 pitch. And does not go around. It was close. Sweeper, 87 miles an hour, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Jeffers. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 1-1 pitch from Kirby to Jeffers. Fouls that one off towards third base. Sinker, 97 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. It's been a pitcher's duel so far. Mariners have 1 run, 2 hits off a solo dinger off J.P. Crawford. The Twins have 3 hits, but obviously no runs. And we have been clean defensively with no errors today, which is great. 1-2 pitch from Kirby to Jeffers. Hard hit ball into right field and foul. Sinker, 97 miles an hour there by George Kirby. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Jeffers. One-two pitch. And a little blooper into shallow center field. A 1 hopper for Julio. No chance there. And a nice single there by Jeffers. Next up, 1-for-1, first baseman Cody Clemens. First pitch from Kirby to Clemens. Fouls that one back behind the plate to the target field sign. 0-1 count. Bottom of the 4th inning, runner at first with 1 out. 1-0 Mariners with a J.P. Crawford solo dinger in the top of the 3rd inning. Kirby on the mound, Clemens in the box. 0-1 pitch. Bunt is shown and pulled back at the last minute. Knuckle curve, 83 miles an hour by Kirby. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cody Clemens. Trident's up. Let's go M's. One pitch from Kirby to Clemens. Low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Kirby to Clemens. 2-1 pitch, low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike from Kirby to Clemens. Changeup misses there by George. Let's see if we can get back ahead of the count here. 3-1 pitch. And that ends up being a rare walk for George Kirby. 5-pitch walk there to Cody Clemens. And now we have runners at first and second with 1 out. Next up is Luke Keeschel, and we haven't asked for one yet, so now's the time. Now we need the sports gods to give us a double play here. I mean, I'll obviously take back-to-back punch outs or a punch out and a pop-up, a punch out and a ground out, but if we can get a slow dribbler up the middle to JP or Cole Young, throw to Naylor and get out of this inning, that would be great. First pitch to Keeschel, and that ends up being right in between Julio and Rayleigh. And now you got runners as Clemens just gets back to second base in time. And a nice hit there by Luke Keeschel. And now we got bases loaded with 1 out, and now the Twins are threatening. Come on, George. You got to settle down here. And hopefully the defense can come up with a play. And that's just unfortunate that that ball landed right in between Rayleigh and Julio. Now, if, one of those players would have maybe dove for it, you might have been able to get it. But if you miss, then obviously you're going to get probably everyone coming home. So now we really desperately need the double play now. Next up is Matt Wallner. We got bases loaded with 1 out. Realistically, they might get a sac fly and tie the game up, but hopefully we can get a little bit of luck on our side, a little Soto Mojo, a little slow dribbler up the middle, and we can get a double play before that runner from third crosses home. Trident's up. Let's go M's. And this is obviously the turning point in the game, at least as a moment, for Kirby being a little bit on the ropes and for the Twins, threatening for the first time in this game. Let's go, George. Kirby on the mound, and Matt Wallner 0 for 1 with a K in the box. First pitch in there for a strike. Good start there from George Kirby. Sweeper right on the line, high and away, 86 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0 Mariners. Bases loaded with one out. We definitely need a double play. Come on. 0-1 pitch from Kirby to Wallner. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Matt Wallner. Got to find a way. If we can't get the double play, let's see if we can get a strikeout and a pop-up or a strikeout and a ground out. Let's go. Let's go, George. 0-2 pitch. High and away. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by George Kirby. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matt Wallner. Time is called by Wallner. Bases loaded with 1 away. Bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0 Seattle. J.P. Crawford with a solo dinger in the top of the third. 374 feet into right. 1-0 Seattle. One-two pitch, big swing and a miss, and a huge fucking punch out. Down goes Wallner, and that is 2 away. And that's what happens when you end up having, your best guy, based off win-loss record, ERA, he gets the job done. Next up is Brooks Lee. Let's see if we can end up getting Brooks Lee out and we can get out of this inning unscathed. First pitch, high and away, knuckle curve, 84 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Bottom of the fourth inning, bases loaded with 2 outs, 1-0 Seattle. I mean, when you got passion for a team that you've been following, since the mid-'80s, it's just, you got to be able to represent the team right. 1-0 pitch, little slow dribbler towards first base and foul. Knuckle curve, 83 miles an hour there by Kirby. Plus, you see so many people, being fake on the internet. It's always nice to be able to, see just true, genuine, honest reactions, and, when you have passion and love for something, it definitely shows through, on the other side of the screen. 1-1 pitch from Kirby to Lee. Rips it into right field. And, oh my God, luckily that was foul. The last thing that we need was a grand salami and to be down 4-1. All right, here we go. 1 ball and 2 strikes with bases loaded and 2 outs. All we need is George to get 1 more strike. And then, we can get out of this inning unscathed, whether it ends up being a strikeout, a pop-up, a ground out. Let's keep it 1-0. Nice catch from that fan there in foul territory. He's got the red and black flannel on. He's loving it. 1-2 pitch from Kirby to Lee. Low and at the knees, and Cal gets a nice little smother on the baseball there to make sure it doesn't go behind him. The last thing that we need is a wild pitch to go back to the backstop and that runner from third to hustle home. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brooks Lee. Odin in the building. What's good? 2-2 pitch. And a hard hit ball into right field. Get it, Luke! Fuck! And it drops in front of Luke Raley. How many runs are going to score? And it looks like 2. And Brooks Lee with a big 2-run RBI single. 2-1 Minnesota. Tough. Especially with only 1 strike away to be able to get out of there. And Luke Raley a little out of position. But again, Julio and Raley haven't really been able to come out with any of those, hard hit balls into center and right field. And that one drops in between both of them again. And nice job there by Brooks Lee getting the job done. Clemens and Jeffers score. Keyshaw the second. Not like we can't come back being down by a run, but a little unfortunate there. First pitch from Kirby to Lewis, fouls it off with a sweeper. 0-1 count. Awesome, man. I hope you enjoy your time there, man. 0-1 pitch, takes a strike looking high and away. No balls and 2 strikes to Royce Lewis. And hopefully those will be the only 2 runs that Kirby gives up. And I know the offense is going to start to get going here in the next few innings. O2 pitch. And a little blooper there into shallow center field. And Julio and Randy almost run into each other. Got to have communication. And Julio gets that ball for out number 3. And it kind of makes you wonder if we had Victor Robles, playing in right field, or maybe even Dominic Canzone, a little bit faster players there in right field. Do they come up with any of those pop-ups in this game? It's possible, but again, it is what it is. And hopefully Luke Raley will be more patient in the box, so that way we can make up for, some of these little mistakes, even though they're not errors, but, being a little out of position. End of the 4th inning, 2-1 Minnesota. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners in the top of the 5th, and let's see if we can tie this game up. Next up, 0 for 1 with the K, DHing in the 7-hole, the Italian Stallion, Dominic Canzone. Batting second in the 8-hole, 0 for 1, second baseman Cole Young. And batting third, 0 for 1, playing third base here today, Will Wilson. Trident's up, let's go M's. Gained 2 more subs since the last commercial break. 90 subs to go to 24,000. All right, we're at 73 likes, 27 to 100. And it's not like anything that we can't come back from. Again, pitchers typically give up a couple, runs a game. It's not often that, you're going to have a 0 on the other side. And now we just got to be able to get to our 5-run, 7 to 10 hit kind of game. And, again, we're only at 1, so we still got a ways to go, and we definitely can still win this game, especially when the starters go out and then the bullpen comes in. 0-1 pitch, fouled off behind the plate to the target field sign. Splitter, 89 miles an hour there by Taj Bradley. No balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. O2 pitch, low and at the knees. Splitter, 90 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 5th inning, 2-1 Minnesota. So J.P. Crawford homering to right, 374 feet in the top of the 3rd. And then we just saw Brooks Lee single to right with Clemens and Jeffers on board scoring. 2-1 Twins. They've got an ABS challenge here. And there we go. We'll take the strikeout there. Yikes. And a nice punch out there from Taj Bradley, Dominic Canzone, and Luke Raley. Again, they're very streaky players. They have to be a little bit more consistent. Next up is Cole Young. Let's see if this individual can end up starting a little bit of a rally here for the Mariners. We definitely need to get something going here sooner than later. Cole is 0 for 1. First pitch into Cole Young is a strike with the splitter, 90 miles an hour right down the middle. 0-1 count. 5+ games with RBI streaks, age 22 or younger. Griffey, A-Rod, Rupert Jones, and Cole Young. A good list to be on. Pitch fouled off there by Cole. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, high and away. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 5th, 2-1 Minnesota. Trident's up. Let's go M's. 0-2 pitch to Young. Pops it up. Should be a routine play here in left field. Larnach is there, and that is 2 away. Next up in the 9-hole, third baseman Will Wilson. But again, the game, kind of went similar like this yesterday, where it was, not a whole lot of production, against Ryan. And then after he ended up going out, then we started to kind of rake. And, a few of their bullpen players had mini meltdowns, and then we exploded. So, sometimes you got to be a little patient. First pitch to Will Wilson. Big swing and a miss. Low and away with the cutter. 90 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Twins have 6 hits so far, and Mariners have 2, but at least one of the 2 was a home run. Otherwise, we'd be down 2-0. So, we got to be positive. 0-1 pitch, high and away. Four-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour by Bradley. 1-1 pitch, fouled off behind the plate. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour there by Taj. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Will Wilson, who ended up homering in his first at-bat in this photo. But again, when you end up going against, good pitchers, sometimes things get a little bleak, for the first 5 or 6 innings, and then it ends up being a 3-inning sprint to win the game. And again, whoever's bullpen is stronger, more than likely will find a way. 1-2 pitch, low and away, curveball, 82 miles an hour, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Will Wilson. 2-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And down goes Will Wilson. And that is the end of the Mariners there in the top of the 5th. Plenty of time. All right, we got 89 subs to go to get to 24,000. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning, Twins up a run, 2-1. All right, we're at 76 likes, 24 to 100. We got 148 in the room. If we get 24 out of that 148, we'll be at that 100 number, and then it'll be smooth sailing from there on out. Next up for the Twins, their best hitter, 1 for 2 with a K, center fielder Byron Buxton. Batting second, 1 for 2 in the 2-hole, left fielder Trevor Larnach. And batting third, 0 for 2 in the 3-hole today, DHing Josh Bell. And on the mound still for the Mariners, George Kirby. So we got George Kirby, 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks, 69 pitches, 46 strikes. Got into a little bit of a jam with that bases loaded, and then Brooks Lee with a big RBI sequence. And then as far as Taj Bradley, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 Ks, gave up the home run to JP, but other than that has been clean. 67 pitches, 44 strikes with a 2.77 ERA. So once Bradley goes out, as long as they don't have too many lefties that come in the pen, we should be able to be good to go. First pitch to Buxton, little slow dribbler to Will Wilson, throw to Naylor, and that is 1 away. There we go. Good defense there by Will Wilson. That was really one of my only concerns coming into the game, is how is Will going to play third, and is he going to have a lot of balls get past him, for big hits, and so far, so good. Down goes Buxton, grounding out to third. Next up is left fielder Trevor Larnach. On deck is Josh Bell. Hopefully we get a quick inning here from Kirby after having a little bit of a mini meltdown in the previous inning. First pitch from Kirby to Larnach. Takes a strike looking low and away with the sweeper. 86 miles an hour. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Big swing and a miss there by Larnach. Changeup 88 miles an hour there by Kirby. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. 2-1 Minnesota. 0-2 pitch from Kirby. Low and at the knees. Knuckle curve missing. 84 miles an hour to Trevor Larnach. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. 2-1 Twins. 1-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Nice scoop there by Cal. Knuckle curve, 84 miles an hour by George Kirby, missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Trevor Larnach. Got to have a quick inning here for the Mariners. 2-2 pitch. Low and away. Missing the corner by an inch. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Trevor Larnach. Sweeper, 85 miles an hour on that last pitch from Kirby. 3-2 pitch, little dribbler. And that ends up getting past the infield and rolling to Luke Raley. And another base knock there from Larnach. Next up is Josh Bell. And hopefully we can get the double play here. See if we can get a slow dribbler up the middle to JP or Cole Young, and we can end up getting out of this inning quickly. First pitch from Kirby to Bell. A little check swing, goes behind the plate. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, little slow dribbler. Here it is. Cole Young, JP Crawford. Bang! You ask for a double play, you get a fucking double play. Boom! There we go. Thank you so much, Sports Gods. Bell grounds out into the double play. You ask for it. And again, Sports Gods aren't going to respond every single time. But again, you ask for it, you get it. And now we get an easy inning there for George Kirby, which he needed after having bases loaded and giving up that 2-run RBI single by Brooks Lee. Now it's time to be able to tie this game up or take the lead. See if we can have a little bit of a mini meltdown by Bradley before he exits. Good job by Cole Young, JP Crawford, and Josh Naylor. Love the D. Love the defense. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI. Shortstop, JP Crawford. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a base on ball. Catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a K. Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 89 subs to go to get to 24,000. Great double play. No Trident in the dugout? What is going on? What happened, Seattle? Got to have the Trident available. First pitch from Bradley to JP. Big swing and a miss with that splitter. 91 miles an hour, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch from Bradley to Crawford. Takes a strike looking high and away. Now they have the Trident available. It was hidden, but now they have found it, and hopefully we'll be able to get another home run or two to be able to raise that Trident as well. They had to raise the bat impromptu for JP for his home run. 0-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes to JP Crawford. One-two pitch, low and away. So Angie was just mentioning it was like behind the door, and maybe it was just misplaced, as guys are going through their routines and whatnot. But now they have it available in the open. So for the next home run, there won't be another instance like with JP having to raise the bat instead of the Trident. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Four-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour there by Bradley. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 6th inning, we're down by a run, but I know we can come back. 3-2 pitch, high and away. And that's one thing JP is, pretty good at. And we know that he can make, defensive plays more times than not, even though he's had a few shaky moments and some few high throws to Naylor. But he's very patient in the box more times than not and can draw walks. And there's another one by JP. Home run on one at-bat and getting a walk here at this at-bat. Now, this would be the time for Cal or Julio to homer or to get a big RBI to be able to, give us the lead here. First pitch, big swing and a miss there from Cal Raleigh. Four-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour by Taj Bradley. 0-1 count. Bradley on the mound. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh in the box. Let's go, Cal. Right ends up. Oh, 1 pitch. Low and at the knees. Four-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour there by Bradley. 1 ball and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. One swing out of Julio or Cal, or Naylor for that matter, can give us the lead here. Or even tie the game up with a big RBI. 1-1 pitch, low and at the knees as it dribbles into the dirt. Nice stop there by Jeffers, the catcher for Minnesota today. Splitter, 92 miles an hour missing. 2 balls and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Time is called there by Cal. Top of the 6th inning, 2-1 Minnesota. Once Bradley exits, I know we can start raking. And maybe we can get a little bit of a mini meltdown here on him in the 6th. 2-1 pitch, high and away. I like this. Usually, when you get 3-0 counts or 3-1 counts on Cal, there's usually home runs involved. 3 balls and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. If it's not there, take the walk, Cal. But if it's right down the middle, let's see what happens. 3-1 pitch from Bradley. Takes a strike outside of the corner. He's going to challenge. And let's see if we can win this challenge. On the pitch graph, it shows slightly out of the zone, but it might have gotten the corner. And it barely touches the corner. That was close. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And again, we've been very good on ABS challenges. We're one of the top 6 teams out of 30, based on win percentage on challenges. Top of the 6th inning, runner at first, JP with a walk with no outs. Mariners down by a run. 3-2 count here to Cal Raleigh. Let's see if we can get a walk or a big base knock. 3-2 pitch to Cal. And Cal pops it up and out of play. Four-seam fastball, 99 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. Let's go, Cal. 3-2 pitch. And Cal pops it up into shallow left field. Should be a routine play here. And that is 1 away. No home run from Cal at this at-bat, but hopefully he'll get one more chance to do some damage for us. Next up in the 3-hole, center fielder Julio Rodriguez, who had 3 doubles last night, the most in his career. This would be a great time for a Julio RBI or home run. Let's go, J-Rod. Single in the 4th, 260 average, 2 homers, 12 ribbies. Started off really slow with Cal and Naylor, but has been heating up in the last 15 games. Batting above 300 in the last 15. Let's keep it going. And we got a Jeffers mound visit here with Taj Bradley. And hopefully Julio will continue to stay hot. Bradley on the mound. Julio Rodriguez in the box. Let's go, J-Rod. We know you can do it defensively, but we need that batter's box to open up here. Come on, Julio. First pitch, Julio crushes it into left field. Oh, and a line drive right to Larnach. I was hoping that was going to drop. That would have been a double. Man, hard hit ball right to Larnach. I was really hoping that was going to drop. And more times than not, when Julio hits a ball like that, it usually turns into a single or a double. Good defense there by Trevor. All right, here we go. One of the hottest hitters lately for the Mariners. Today, 0 for 2, first baseman Josh Naylor. Let's see if Josh can end up getting a big hit here to move JP over. Got plenty of time. Still got a few innings to go. And remember, starting pitchers are still in. So once the starters go out, then all you need is one pitcher to have a mini meltdown in a half inning, and you can score 1 to 5 runs. So still plenty of game to be played. First pitch is high and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch from Bradley, low and into the dirt. Splitter, 92 miles an hour, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Josh Naylor. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Plenty of time. Two-0 pitch. Takes a strike, looking with the splitter. Low and at the knees, 91 miles an hour, there by Taj Bradley. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first, J.P. Crawford, and 2 outs, top of the 6th. 2-1 Minnesota. J.P. Crawford with a solo dinger in the top of the 3rd. Brooks Lee with a 2-run RBI single in the bottom of the 4th, and we're at 2-1 at the moment. 2-1 pitch. And Naylor, hard hit ball, shallow center field. Should be a routine play for Buxton, and it is. And that is out number 3. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning and see who's up next year for Minnesota. Next up for the Twins, 1 for 2 with a run. Catcher in the 4-hole, Ryan Jeffers. Batting second, 1 for 1 with a run and a base on ball, first baseman Cody Clemens. And batting third in the 6-hole, second baseman, 1 for 2, Luke Keeschel. And on the Mariners mound, still George Kirby. And another sub since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 88 subs to go to 24,000. We're at 12 on the dono train, 88 to go. And we're at 92 likes, 8 more to get to 100. We're almost there. We got 168 in the room. If we can get 8 people out of 168, we'll be at 100, and we'll be obviously on the right path. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mariners down by a run, 2-1 Twins. Plenty of time. '50th anniversary of the Seattle Mariners, 40-plus years on the radio, retiring this season, Rick Riz. Let's win it for Riz. Kirby on the mound. Ryan Jeffers in the box. And let's see if Kirby can finish strong here. Pitch count, he's at 79 pitches. And then Bradley's at 85 after finishing that inning. First pitch fouled off there by Jeffers. Sinker, 94 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a miss, low and away, changeup, 88 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Jeffers. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Minnesota. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Mariners. But again, sometimes when you go against a good pitcher, things are a little light, and we have to be happy that we're not at 0. Luckily, JP hit that home run. Otherwise, normally when we have 2 hits, it produces nothing. It's just a couple singles. So, we're down 2-1, plenty of time. And again, we'll see whose bullpen is better, and that might be the difference here today. And they got Ferrer and Bizzardo warming up in the pen. 0-2 pitch, low and away. And that is strike 3. Nice job there by Kirby. I mean, considering he's got the best record on the team and one of the better ERAs, I mean, he really only had one kind of inning that was a little shaky. But, you know, again, pitchers give up a couple runs. You know, the most you can have them really give up is 3, or you can still compete. But then, you know, assuming you can get to 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. So, you know, I wouldn't have pulled him, you know, in the 5th. You know, again, it's not like our pitching has been great all the way around. And we'll see what the bullpen looks like today. Next up with Kirby is Cody Clemens. First pitch, takes a strike, looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. And a fair ball towards right field. Get it, Luke. And a nice hit there by Cody Clemens. Stand-up double there from Roger Clemens' son. See where his pitch count is. He's had 83 pitches right now. We could use another double play. Next up in the 6 hole, 1 for 2, second baseman Luke Keeschel. I mean, you know, it's one thing if you're hitting guys and you're, you know, walking guys, you know, on top of giving hits and big ones, you know, but again, if, you know, you get a big hit here or there and relatively, you know, he hasn't really hit a whole lot of guys. He hasn't really walked a whole lot of guys. You know, you got to sometimes have that trust, you know, that the defense behind you will make plays or he'll be able to get a clutch, you know, strikeout before it's over. So, and you got to think if you're looking at all the pitchers on the Mariners, you know, he's been the best one up to this point. So, you know, we know Emerson Hancock and Brian Wu overall have been good, even though they've had some, you know, mini meltdowns like the 7 runs in the first 3 innings against the Cardinals from Wu. Gilbert has been better lately, and really the only crappy pitcher we have is Castillo. So 0-2 pitch, strike 3 is called. It looks like it's right on the line, and let's see if we can get this punch out here. And looks like that's going to get overturned. Keeschel wins the ABS challenge. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 1 out. Sure, I can throw that up here in a moment. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 Minnesota. 1-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Change up 90 miles an hour there by George Kirby. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Keeschel. And again, if you pull Kirby in the 5th and then you bring out, you know, let's say Ferrer, you know, he could do just as good as Kirby or a hell of a lot worse. You know, if they bring in Bizzardo, we have more trust there. But, you know, it's not like we have that many trustworthy guys. You know, obviously we know with Brash, he's the top guy. Him and Mason Miller haven't given up a run this year. So he's the top guy. Bizzardo is trustworthy. But then after that, Spire and Ferrer are very 50-50. Sometimes it's great, sometimes not so much. So, and then after those two, then it gets really tricky, you know, with Cole Wilcox and, you know, Cooper Criswell and Hoppy and, you know, everyone else that we have since we don't have Legumina anymore. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Luke Keeschel. Come on, George. 2-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Change up 89 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Luke Keeschel. And he's had 89 pitches, so. Come on, George. 3-2 pitch. And it's a shallow center field ball there for Julio Rodriguez and a strong throw to third. So no chance Cody Clemens is going to be able to tag up. Nice job there by Julio. Much better to have Julio with the ball in his hands than Randy in that situation. 2 away. And sometimes you just need the defense to bail you out. Good job. And now we got 1 more out. And hopefully we'll be able to get Wallner out. And we'll see if they're going to let Kirby go here. 1 more batter or if his time is up. He's at 90 pitches right now. 5.2 innings pitched for George Kirby. 8 hits, which is a lot. Let's not act like that's not a lot, right? 2 earned runs, though. 1 walk, 5 Ks, 90 pitches, 61 strikes. His ERA has climbed from 2.97 to 3. 4-2 record. So he's got the best win-loss record for the Mariners. And again, 8 hits is definitely too much. But again, with guys like Jose Ferrer and Gabe Spire and others, they could end up giving up that many hits in a half inning. So we've seen it before. So hopefully, we'll be clean the rest of the way. And hopefully George can get this last out and finish strong against Matt Wallner. Let's keep this game 2-1. First pitch to Wallner. Big swing and a miss. Great first pitch. Sweeper, 85 miles an hour, high and away. 0-1 count. Come on, George. Finish strong. 0-1 pitch. Oh, and he steps off the mound. George Kirby on the mound. Matt Wallner in the box. 0-1 pitch to Wallner. Low and away. And challenge is called, and they should win this challenge, I assume. Should get overturned. It's an 0-2 count. Let's see. Wow. We actually get the corner. And that's really, one of those things, with these ABS challenges, on the pitch graph, it's one thing, but then when they end up reviewing it with the ABS, sometimes it just gets a sliver, of the strike zone. And again, a lot of those get, reversed, but not that one. No balls and 2 strikes to Matt Wallner. 1 strike away from getting out of here. 0-2 pitch, low and into the dirt with the sweeper. Try to get Wallner to bite, and he does not. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Wallner. Runner at second with 2 outs. And Kirby's at 93 pitches. Obviously, they're not going to let him go to 100. And hopefully we'll be able to get the last out here. One-two pitch. Low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Wallner. Come on, George. Finish strong. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Minnesota. Runner at second with 2 outs. Two-two pitch. Little dribbler towards first base and foul. Sweeper, 86 miles an hour. There by George Kirby. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Twins. Plenty of time for us to be able to come back. A sprint in the last 3 innings in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Once the starters go out, the game will open up and kind of restart. And hopefully we'll be able to do some damage. And hopefully our bullpen will, end up being solid. 2-2 pitch. High and away. And a full count here from George. And you don't really see George Kirby often in too many full count situations, but he's had a few of them here today. Definitely not his best outing, giving up 8 hits, but at least we're only down a run. 3-2 pitch from Kirby. And that ends up being a walk. And you might have to pull him now. Can't let him pitch anymore. He's at 97 pitches. He's got to go. And that's it. That's it for George Kirby. They gave him that one last chance. And again, let's see who they decide to bring in here. Brooks Lee is up next. And I would bring in Edward Bizzardo. And I know Kirby's a little disappointed, wanting to be able to finish a little bit better than what he did. And, 5 Ks is nice, but obviously giving up 8 hits is way too many. Luckily, we're, only down 2-1, so plenty of time still. But obviously meeting Ken Griffey Jr., in 1989 when I was 7 in first grade with my dad, and, obviously was a moment that changed my life forever, and, knowing that Griffey would more than likely be a Hall of Famer and, be one of those amazing players, kind of followed his call up into the farm system before he ended up, playing for the Mariners. And obviously my hero, I got 2 of them in this photo, Griffey Jr. and my dad. And then obviously 3 years later when I'm 10, as you can see the hair and the fro and the 90s kind of style there. This is in 92, meeting my dad's hero, Sandy Koufax, one of the best left-handed pitchers ever to play the game right there, with Randy Johnson, the big unit, and Steve Carlton. Obviously Koufax playing on the Dodgers, winning multiple World Series and getting a lot of accolades as being one of the best left-handed pitchers of all time. And then, we obviously try to be able to go to games as often as possible. We haven't been to a game in a few years. But again, one of the last times that we did go to a game, I ended up getting my first Mariner-Dodger baseball when Kike Hernandez and the Dodgers came to town in around 2018, 2019, and got my first foul ball at a game, which was exciting. And then obviously I had to wait a few years later, and I got a Julio Rodriguez foul ball in his rookie year when we played the Royals and Bobby Witt Jr. And then a few weeks after that, I ended up getting an Aaron Judge ball. So again, I've had pretty good luck overall. It's also about where you sit. About 15 to 20 rows back off first or third base usually gives you the best chance for a foul ball. And now, again, when you end up meeting legends like that, like Ken Griffey Jr. and Sandy Koufax, none of my friends or anybody at my school ever met any, famous players like that. And, if I don't meet those guys, who knows? Maybe I'm not here today doing this channel. So we got Edward Bizardo in. First pitch to Brooks Lee from Edward Bizardo with the sweeper in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Little dribbler up the middle, right to Bizardo. That's what I'm talking about. Underhand throw to Naylor, toe tap on the bag, and they don't score. Great decision there by not bringing in Jose Ferrer and bringing Edward Bizardo. End of the 6th inning. We're still in it, only down a run. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Next up for the Mariners in the top of the 7th, 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting second in the 6th hole, 0 for 2 with a K, right fielder Luke Raley. Show some damn patience in the box, Luke, and you can help us win this game. Same thing goes for hitter number 3 in the 7th hole, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, DHing Dominic Canzone. Come on, guys. You're too good of baseball players to be, shitting the bed. And again, we know Luke and Dominic Canzone are streaky players. Again, sometimes, they're both going to go 0 for 4. And other times they're both going to go, 2 for 4 or 3 for 4. So I think Dom usually does better when he plays in right field rather than DHing, my personal opinion based on watching the games. But again, as long as they work the count and they can get to pitch 4, pitch 5, pitch 6, instead of both of them, striking out or, more than likely, what's been happening is in the first 2 pitches, they're swinging aggressively and they're popping up and popping out. That's usually Luke Raley. And then Canzone usually will get maybe a few more pitches, but typically strikes out, at least lately. So again, hopefully we don't get the strikeout with Canzone. We need you. And hopefully Luke Raley can wait, for that home run swing type of pitch 4, pitch 5, pitch 6. And if he's able to be patient, maybe he can end up helping us win this game. Now, if he swings at the first pitch again, is there a chance he could homer? Of course, if it's right down the middle, but a lot of these pitchers lately haven't necessarily always been going down the middle to get ahead of the count. A lot of them have been throwing garbage inside and outside to try to get these players to bite. And then they end up swinging and missing on the first, fouling off the second pitch, and then you're down in an 0-2 count. And when you get into an 0-2 count, it typically leads to a strikeout, so we can't have that. Let's go to the top of the 7th with a 3-inning sprint. Let's see if we can get this inning started off with a splash with Randy Arozarena. Let's go, Randy. Try to inside. Let's go, Ems. No problem. Appreciate you. 0-1 pitch. Low and away there for a strike. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. I met Ken Griffey Sr. as well, and I got a photo with him and, got autographs, with Koufax on cards, as well as Ken Griffey Jr. On the Donruss rated rookie and whatnot. So, definitely memories, to not only have the autograph, but to be able to have the photos, framed and whatnot. So it definitely is a memory that I'll never forget. 0-2 pitch. And Randy fouls that one off into right field. Splitter, 91 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 7th inning, 2-1 Twins. We only have 2 hits. But again, you have to assume Bradley will be done soon. He's at 89 pitches, so. 0-2 pitch, fouls it off right in front of the catcher. Cutter, 88 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Quite a few players that are due for a home run. Randy, Luke Raley, and Dominic Canzone are definitely all overdue. 0-2 pitch. Low and into the dirt. Curveball, 82 miles an hour. Getting smothered there by the catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Come on, Randy. Bradley on the mound. Arozarena in the box. 1-2 pitch to Randy. Low and away. Good patience there by Arozarena. Splitter, 92 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes. With nobody on and no outs. Top of the 7th. 2-1 Twins. 2-2 pitch. Low and away. Does not go around. 4-seam fastball. 98 miles an hour. Let's see if Randy can get a walk here. Or maybe even get a clutch base hit. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. 3-2 pitch. And Randy pops it up into shallow right field. And that is 1 away. Matt Wallner with the easy catch there in right field. All right, here we go. Show us a little patience here, Luke. And the 6-hole right fielder, Luke Raley, who definitely has been a little bit on a cold streak lately. And on deck, Dominic Canzone. First pitch by Luke. Of course, he swings at it. Pitch is a foul ball towards first base with a splitter. 91 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Come on, Luke. Banda is warming up there for the Twins in the pen. Anthony Banda. 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike. Right on the line. 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke Raley. And this is not a good count for him. 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And Luke Raley, I don't want to say he's worthless, because obviously we know how good of a player that he's been, but God damn it, lately, he's just been doing the same thing over and over and over again. And you're not helping the team, my guy. Next up in the 7-hole, Dominic Canzone. At this point, you need to start flip-flopping Canzone in right field and having Luke Raley DH. And then at some point, when Victor Robles comes back, maybe even have him have a chance, to be able to play in right field or DH as well. Sometimes you need to be able to have another player, kind of give a lift for the Mariners. First pitch to Dominic Canzone, takes a strike looking high and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and away. 4-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour there by Bradley. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dominic Canzone. Come on, Dom. One pitch, high and away. Splitter, 91 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike to Dominic Canzone. Two-one pitch. And a hard hit ball by Canzone. Deep right field. It's fair. Go, go, go. Get the double. Get the double. Get the double. Safe. Ooh. Very close. There we go. Nice job by Dominic Canzone, doing something that Luke Raley wishes he could have done today. Let's go. Nice job there by Dom. Let's see if Cole Young can end up getting a big home run or an RBI here to tie the game up or take the lead. Let's go, Cole. Bring the electricity. The players last year would call him babyface, but I think that we can come up with something a little bit better than that. And obviously we know it's a Cole world more times than not. And we will see if they end up making the change or not. Cole is 0 for 2, but again, he's had a pretty good feel in the box and has pretty much the whole year. Let's see if Cole can be the hero again. And anytime, if you're going to be betting on the Mariners, you have to be also to look, on who you're going against. Who's the starting pitcher that we're going against? And if he's a good pitcher, it's not like the Mariners are going to score 15 runs on a good pitcher. So, you have to do research. If you're just blindly betting on games, you're probably not going to win very often. There's a lot that goes in. And also there's a lot of unknown, who's going to be coming in the bullpen. Nobody knows, until you actually get later in the game. So, baseball is not an easy sport to bet on and win, with so many outside factors. Facts. First pitch from Taj Bradley to Cole Young incoming. Come on, Cole. First pitch, big swing and a miss with the splitter outside. 90 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Come on, Cole. Single, double, home run. Cole can do it. 0-1 pitch. Good patience there. Not swinging at the garbage. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cole Young. Come on, Cole. I got Bonda warming up there in the pen. 1-1 pitch. Fouls that one off. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cole Young. And I feel like Cole has gotten to a point where it's like him and Brendan Donovan, when he's healthy, we more times than not expect them to get a hit. That's how good they are. You know, more times than not, you expect them to get the RBI, the home run, you know, the single or the double. And obviously we know with Cal and Julio and Naylor, they started off cold and they're getting better, you know, and it's a little bit more hope on that end. But let's see if Cole can find a way to tie this game up or take the lead. Let's go Young. One-two pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Top of the 7th inning, 2-1 Minnesota. Everyone acts like they're a millionaire that bets. They don't talk about all the thousands of dollars that they lose. Hilarious. 2-2 pitch. And Young with a laser towards first base and foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Bradley to Young. Last 12 games, batting .372. Hard hit rate of 58.3%. WRC of 155. Come on, Cole. Yeah, you know, Wemby. You know, what can you do? You know, we didn't expect to win that series anyways. But good experience for the Young Guns. 2-2 pitch to Young. Pops it up. Left center field. Yes, over him. Go, go, go. And Cole Young coming up big again with an RBI. It's a Cole world for the baby face, and I love it. And we're knotted up at 2, baby. Let's go. The most reliable player on the Mariners, Cole Young, as well as Brendan Donovan when they're healthy. And again, Cole does it again, and it shows you how valuable he is. We talk about Julio, we talk about Cal and Josh Naylor and Randy, but Cole Young, slowly but surely showing you how he is the most reliable player, or one of the most reliable players, game in and game out, not just on offense, but on defense as well. Next up is Will Wilson. What a job by our boy, Cole Babyface Young. We love you. First pitch, high and inside, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking low and away. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour to Will Wilson. 1 ball and 1 strike from Bradley to Wilson. 1-1 pitch, big, swing and a miss, high and inside, cutter, 90 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Will Wilson. One-two pitch, little dribbler towards third base and foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning, 2-2 Mariners and Twins. We know Will Wilson ended up getting a home run in his first at-bat when we went to St. Louis in the Lou against the Cardinals. Can he get a big base knock here? 1-2 pitch, fouls that one off. And he's filling in for Leo Rivas today, and we should have Brandon Donovan back when we come back home and play the Royals, and much needed to be able to have that leadoff hitter and give us that juice that we need a lot of times in these games lately. And we get a better defender at third than Rivas or Will Wilson or whoever else they have fill in. 1-2 pitch, high and away. Good patience here by Wilson. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 2 outs. Bradley's 113 pitches. Can you imagine? 113. I've never seen a player go over 105 this year, but there it is. Will Wilson, little slow dribbler, throw to first, and that is out number 3. So 114 pitches for Taj Bradley. 6.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 114. That's a season high for any stream that we've done this year against the Mariners. 73 strikes out of 114. I don't know if they just lost count and forgot that he was already well above over 100, but 2.85 ERA, but that will be the end of Taj Bradley, you would assume, right? You don't want his arm to fall off. And great job there by Cole Young, being the hero again. And again, it's like, you have a lot of these guys that, are maybe more, well-known globally. Cal Raleigh, 60 home runs last year. Julio, a perennial all-star. Josh Naylor doing his thing. And again, Cole Young, slowly but surely showing you that not only is he one of the best second basemen the Mariners have ever had in his young career, he's going to end up being one of the best second basemen in MLB, this season and moving forward, offensively and defensively, coming up in the clutch. We love you, Cole Young. Now let's see who's up next here for the Twins in the bottom of the 7th, and let's keep them at 2. Find a way to win this game 3-2 or 4-3. Next up for the Twins in the bottom of the 7th, 0 for 2, third baseman Royce Lewis. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a K, center fielder Byron Buxton. And batting third, 2 for 3, left fielder in the 2-hole, Trevor Larnach. Try dance up, let's go M's. And you'll never see the Mariners do something like that. They'll never have a pitcher go over, typically 105. So, and usually not even getting to 100 for that matter. All right, let's continue with Edward Bizardo. He only had a couple pitches in that last inning, so let's keep the the strong pitcher out there and let's get it done here. First pitch to Royce Lewis, big swing and a miss, sweeper, 82 miles an hour, 0-1 count. And again, we decided to use Cole Young on the thumbnail, even though I had Julio originally. We decided to switch it before the broadcast, as well as using Cole as the social media post photo. And it looks like, sometimes you have a little bit ESP on who might end up doing something big. And Cole Young has been a monster as of late. Hopefully that'll rub off on some of the other players like Rayleigh Canzone and others. 1-1 pitch, high and away, sinker 94 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike from Bizardo to Lewis. Try dance up, let's go M's. We definitely have the momentum now. 2-1 pitch, sinker, low and away. 93 miles an hour there by Edward Bizardo. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Bottom of the 7th, 2-2 Mariners and Twins. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Sweeper 83 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Royce Lewis. And again, once we get Colt Emerson up, you're going to see how great of a defender and hitter he is as well. And it's almost going to be having like 2 Cole Youngs on the team. It's going to be crazy. And a little dribbler up the middle that gets past JP and rolls to Julio. And Edward Bizardo gives up a base knock to Royce Lewis. Still an opportunity where we can end up getting a strikeout and a double play, or a double play and a strikeout. Next up, 1 for 3 with a K, center fielder Byron Buxton. On deck is Trevor Larnach. Got to keep this game tied at 2 here. Come on, Bizardo. You got to be clean. First pitch, low and away, on the line, but called ball. Sweeper 81 miles an hour to Byron Buxton. 1-0 count. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Bottom of the 7th, tied up at 2. Buxton with the slow dribbler. Give me the double play. Give it to me. Not in time. Damn it. And Buxton with the hard run to first. We only get the fielder's choice at second. And Lewis is out at second, 1 away. Next up is Trevor Larnach. Still an opportunity to, see if we can do it again. But it looks like Bizzardo is done. And who are they going to bring in? Jose Ferrer? Congratulations, Velasco. Appreciate all the love and support, for you and Vapor. And again, the wrench with the mod status looks good on you. Congratulations. Yeah, JP has been, a little off. He still ends up making plays more times than not, but, lately he's had an error here and there. His throws to Naylor have been high. So I don't know if he's dealing with like a minor injury or, he's just overthrowing his target and whatnot. But, again, I respect JP. He obviously gave us, the big home run early in the game. But again, the team, once we get Colt Emerson called up and, you have him and Cole side by side, the amount of defensive plays that we're going to make, people have no idea unless you've been watching Colt Emerson in the farm. I mean, he makes like Derek Jeter type of plays, just like Cole Young. I mean, we're talking about plays that, diving on the ground, getting up, throwing it off 1 foot and still getting it to first base and throwing the guy out. And on top of that, being able to get home runs and big base knocks. It's going to be very, very fun to watch. But again, as long as JP continues to hopefully be above average, we'll be just fine. Bottom of the 7th inning, 2-2, Mariners and Twins. And then we're going to go with Jose Ferrer. And hopefully this is a good decision here. And then they're going to bring in Austin Martin. All right, let's hopefully get a good version of Jose Ferrer here going against Austin Martin, who's coming in. And he's pinch hitting for Larnach. First pitch from Jose Ferrer in there for a strike. Good start. Sinker, 96 miles an hour, low and at the knees, 0-1 count. And again, last outing for Ferrer, he was good. So, Mike in the building, what's good? Throw to first, and Buxton is safe. Yeah, Buxton ran with some pretty good speed, and even if the throw is on point, sometimes guys are just going to run it out, so. 0-1 pitch. Low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike to Austin Martin. But I'll tell you, once we end up getting Cole and Colt together, and then you have Donnie at third if he can stay healthy, and then Naylor at first, our infield is going to be one of the best. And there's not going to be very many teams that are going to be able to do a lot of damage on a lot of those base knocks that kind of slide through, when you have Leo Rivas or Will Wilson. Obviously, Donovan is a little bit of a liability with his injury, issues so far in the early part of the season, but hopefully he'll be able to stay healthy the rest of the way, or at least most of the rest of the way. 1-2 pitch. Popped up there by Martin. Shallow right field to Luke Raley. And that is 2 away. We definitely have recaptured the momentum in the Uncle Mo. Down goes Martin. Next up in the 3-hole, DHing Josh Bell. Velasco with the tenor. Appreciate you. We're at 22 on the Dono train, 78 to go. Appreciate the love and the support. And Velasco, as well as with Vapor, have been our 2 biggest donators since the beginning of the season. Appreciate you very much, as well as every individual that ends up liking, subbing, donating, sharing, anything positive here on the channel. But obviously the most, the biggest compliment that you can give to any streamer, obviously, is with the donut for them to continue, to be able to pay the bills and to continue doing the dream. So thank you. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, low and away. Change up 87 miles an hour there by Ferrer. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first. Buxton with 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning, we're knotted up at 2. J.P. Crawford with a solo dinger in the top of the 3rd. 2-run RBI single by Brooks Lee in the bottom of the 4th. And then we had a big RBI by Cole Young in the top of the 7th to tie this game up. So, again, we love, Cal Raleigh. We love Julio Rodriguez. We love Josh Naylor, But, again, Cole Young, if he continues to keep playing like this, I think he's already kind of surpassing Josh Naylor, even though he started off slow and has been good. But, he's right there with, Julio and Cal. And then once he gets recognized by his peers, as well as the sports writers, as being one of the better second basemen in the league, then I feel popularity for Cole Young is going to skyrocket. And when we get Colt Emerson up with him, it's going to be very exciting. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Josh Bell. Considering, at one point or another, we could end up having the best young duo at short and second with Emerson and Young. I don't think we really have ever experienced anything like that, and it's exciting how good, we've been drafting, in the last few years. Pitch fouled off there by Josh Bell, right down the middle. Change up 86 miles an hour there by Jose Ferrer. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Josh Bell. All right, man, I appreciate you, and we'll get the dub for you. Trident's up, let's go M. Shout out to Velasco, earning the mod status. And fouls it off right into Cal's mitt, and that is out number 3. Here we go. Now it's time to take the lead and not look back. Even if that means we only win 3-2, we'll take it. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Go to the top of the 8th inning and let's take the lead and win this game. 1 for 2 with a run, RBI, and a base on ball, a home run in the top of the 3rd. Shortstop J.P. Crawford. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a base on ball. Catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go Cal. And batting third, 1 for 3 with a K. Has really been more patient this year in year number 5, which we have noticed. Started off slow, but you're batting over 300 in the last 15 games. Had 3 doubles yesterday, a high in his career. Let's see if Julio can come up big again. Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Three more subs we've gained since the last commercial break. Thank you very, very much. Now we only need 85 subs to 24,000, approaching 6 million views on the channel as well. All right, we're at 116 likes. Let's see if we can get to 150 before the game is over. 34 more to 150. First pitch from Banda to J.P. Crawford. High and away. 93 mile an hour, four-seam fastball, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. High and away. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. One pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back. 2 balls and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. Shows bunt again and pulls it back. Takes a strike, low and away. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Bonda to Crawford. Come on, JP. 2-2 pitch from the lefty. High and away with that slider. 85 miles an hour off the plate. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to JP Crawford. Take the walk if it's there, JP. He hit a home run for us early in the 3rd inning to give us an early 1-0 lead. 3-2 pitch. Outside. And again, a lot of players on a 3-2 count are wild and aggressive and strike out. JP, he may not be the best defender lately, even though he normally is reliable. But one thing that we can rely on more times than not, that he doesn't swing at garbage. And a nice job there by JP by not swinging and striking out. And now we got a runner at first to try to win this game. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. On deck, Julio Rodriguez. You got to notice all the little details, on every single player. And obviously some are a little bit better than others on certain categories. First pitch by Cal, fouled back behind the plate to the target field sign. Four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour by Bonda. 0-1 count. Jay in the building, what's good? Throw to first and safe. Top of the 8th inning, runner at first with no outs. Oh, 1 pitch from Bonda. Smoked it into left field and foul. Slider 84 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And we got to avoid a lot of these 0-2 counts because they typically turn into strikeouts more times than not. Come on, Cal. Oh, 2 pitch. High and away. Good patience there by Cal. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour there by Bonda. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Right hands up. Let's go, M's. Got to find a way. One, 2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And that is strike 3. Down goes Cal Raleigh. And in a little bit of a mini slump lately. He's been able to get his home runs up, but hasn't really been a consistent hitter game in and game out lately, if we're being honest. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. 3 doubles yesterday. Has been more of a consistent hitter than Cal. Obviously doesn't have as many home runs, 7-2. But again, getting on base game in and game out, it's all about consistency rather than just a big home run once every 5 games. First pitch from Bonda to Julio. Takes a strike. Got a single in the 4th. Had 3 doubles yesterday, a career high. And we could definitely use a big RBI double here if possible. Or a home run. Obviously, he's due for home run number 3, whenever that may be. 0-1 pitch from Bonda. High and away. Good patience there by Julio. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. Now, if that was Julio in the previous 4 years, he would have swung at that, fouled it off or missed it, and then been in an 0-2 count and then inning over, more than likely after the next batter. So let's see if Julio can get something big here. 4 to first, and JP is safe. Come on, Julio. 1 for 3 with a K today. Let's go, J-Rod. 1-1 pitch. Low and at the knees. Almost hits Julio in the kneecap. Has to jump out of the way. Slider 84 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike from Bonda to Julio. Top of the 8th inning. We're knotted up at 2. We've gained the momentum back with the Cole Young RBI in the top of the 7th. And now we're looking to take the lead and not look back. 2-1 pitch. Fouls that one up and out of play. Four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour there by Bonda. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Or is he warming up? Try dance up. Let's go, M's. Miller in the building. What's good? Chuck in the building. Xavier in the building. What's good? 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Change up 87 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Top of the 8th inning, 2-2 tie with a runner at first. JP Crawford with a walk with 1 out. Honda, the lefty on the mound for the Twins. Julio in the box, 1 for 3 with a K. 2-2 pitch. Little dribbler towards third base and foul. Slider 84 miles an hour, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Time is called. Two pitch from Banda, and Julio gets a piece. J-Rod obviously is grinding out this at-bat. That was a 7th pitch. Change-up, slider, 4-seam fastball. He's been able to get a hold of those last 3 pitches, and he's pitched, inside and outside Banda, and he's fouled off the last 4. Come on, Julio. Find a way. 2-2 pitch, and Julio pops it up. Should be a routine play in shallow right field. And that is 2 away. JP scampers back to first base. And next up, first baseman Josh Naylor. Give us the highest leg kick that we've ever seen, and maybe the game could end up being 3-2 or maybe even 4-2 with a big home run. We saw the bat flip yesterday. Naylor has been winning us games, within the last week and a half. And again, it would be great for him to be able to get off the schneid 0 for 3 today and to go 1 for 4. Let's go, Josh. First pitch, takes a strike looking, high and away with a slider, 83 miles an hour by Banda, 1-0 count, or 0-1 count, excuse me. Top of the 8th inning, JP Crawford at first with 2 outs. We're knotted up at 2. Banda, the lefty on the mound, 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss there for Naylor. No balls and 2 strikes from Banda to Naylor. Come on, Josh, we need you. O2 pitch to Naylor, low and away. Good eye there by Naylor and not biting. Pitch like 3 feet off the plate. Slider 84 miles an hour, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first. JP Crawford with 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. We're knotted up at 2. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Naylor, and the game is still tied here as we go to the bottom of the 8th. We're going to have to try to get that game-winning run in the 9th or possibly in extras. But as long as we can find a way to win 3-2, if that's the end, if that ends up being the final score, we'll take it. Let's see who's up next here for the Twins, and hopefully we can keep them at 2. Next up in the 4-hole, 1 for 3 with a run and a K, catcher Ryan Jeffers. Batting second, 2 for 2 with a run and a base on ball, first baseman Cody Clemens. And batting third in the 6-hole, second baseman 1 for 3, Luke Keeschel. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Still in it, baby. 85 subs to go to 24,000. All right, we're at 123 likes, 27 to get to 150. We got 266 in the room, so if we can get a few of those individuals to hit that like button, we should be good to go. And we got Matt Brash on the mound for the Mariners, one of only 2 players that hasn't given up a hit in the bullpen with Mason Miller. We know how great Mason Miller is for the Padres, and hopefully Brash will be the electric Brash that we all know and love. Brash on the mound, and Ryan Jeffers in the box. First pitch from Brash to Jeffers, fouls that one out of play. Sinker, 96 miles an hour, 0-1 count. "13 games, 11.1 innings, 0 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks for Brash. 0-1 pitch, low and away. Changeup, 88 miles an hour by Brash. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Jeffers. Try to ends up. Let's go, M's. Got to find a way. And now we got Dan Wilson and the whole team surrounding Brash. Hopefully he's okay. And that pitch went obviously all the way to the backstop there. First pitch was a sinker, fouled off. Changeup went all the way back to the backstop, away from Cal Raleigh. And hopefully Brash is okay here. And now they got the whole team surrounded around Matt Brash here. All right, Brash is done after 2 pitches. That's not ideal. Hopefully Brash doesn't have an injury, and again, it looked like he was trying to, kind of make his, mark. Hey, I can do this. But again, if there's anything that could end up leading to something, minor to major, from a guy that's already had Tommy John before, unfortunate, but hopefully it's nothing and just precautionary. And then they're going to be bringing in, I believe, Gabe Spire. So hopefully Gabe will be the good Gabe, not the bad. And hopefully there's nothing really serious wrong with Brash, one of only 2 pitchers in the bullpen that hasn't given up a run so far, but between him and Mason Miller. And we know Miller is probably the best closer in the game. So, and Brash, not really known as a closer, usually just a guy in the pen. So. All right, Gabe Spire coming in, and hopefully, like I said, Gabe is the good version. We know that sometimes he gets a strikeout and then gives up a big RBI or home run, and we definitely can't afford for him to do that here, especially with the game tied up 2-2. We need him to be as clean as possible. Spire on the mound, Ryan Jeffers in the box. They got Spire warming up on the mound. But hopefully Brash is not injured, and hopefully it's, and if he is, hopefully it's just something minor, because we definitely are going to need him. Our bullpen hasn't really been the greatest besides him and Bizzardo, so it's been very hit or miss with Spire and Ferrer, and then obviously, with guys like Hoppy and Cooper Criswell and Cole Wilcox. We're still waiting on Carlos Vargas. We might be able to bring, Castillo into the bullpen, but I don't know if that's really going to be a benefit to us since he's been a liability as a starter, but maybe that could be a new role for Castillo once Bryce Miller comes back, and eventually Cade Anderson. All right, we're still having warm-up pitches here from Spire on the mound. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Bottom of the 8th. 2-2 tie between the Mariners and the Twins. Gabe Spire coming in for Brash after pitching 2 pitches, and hopefully he's okay. A little concern from us. And Ryan Jeffers in the box. One pitch. And first pitch from Spire ends up being a strike, high and away. Slider 81 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Jeffers. Let's go, Gabe. 1-2 pitch. High and inside. 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Jeffers. I mean, it didn't really look like an injury, per se, but obviously Cal recognized, something, and the pitch went all the way to the backstop. And when it, after first pitch was good, second pitch, there might have been some discomfort, maybe lower body, could have been maybe something upper body with the shoulder or the arm, but I mean, he didn't really show anything. And Spire gives up a big base knock into shallow center field, and Jeffers with the single there. Come on, Gabe. But hopefully if Brash does have an injury, it's something minor, not major. So kind of seem more precautionary, if anything. Big base knock there for Ryan Jeffers on Gabe Spire, where Gabe is sometimes good, sometimes not. And next up is Cody Clemens. 2 for 2 with a run and a base on ball. And hopefully we'll be able to get out of this inning still with a 2-2 tie. And James Outman is pinch running there for Jeffers, the former Dodger. Get him! Oh. Throw to second base to get James Outman, and they say he's safe. Should we challenge? He got a huge jump. Looked like he was safe. Yeah, he was safe. Outman steals second. Runner in scoring position. Come on, Gabe. 0-1 pitch. Bunt is shown. Takes a strike. Clemens is challenging and is going to lose that challenge. It is a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Cody Clemens. Twins out of challenges, so this could come into our favor, hopefully. 0-2 pitch from Spire to Clemens. Pops it up. And out of play. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second and no outs. Bottom of the 8th, we're knotted up at 2, Mariners and Twins. Series is split 1-1. Got our ass kicked in game 1 in the rain, 11-4. Ended up putting a beat down on the Twins yesterday in good weather, 7-1. And now we got a 2-2 tie. Inspire goes off the mound, takes a quick look at second. James Outman, the former Dodger, pinch running there for Ryan Jeffers. 0-2 pitch, high and away. 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour there by Spire. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cody Clemens. Yeah, Bradley gave up 4 hits today. Pitch fouled off, high and inside, tried to jam him. 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour there by Spire. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cody Clemens. 1-2 pitch, popped up and out of play. Definitely not the same kind of vibe when you have your best guy in the pen only pitching 2 times and then has to leave the game, and having to bring in maybe our 3rd best guy in the pen, but is nowhere near as reliable as Brash or Bizzardo. But hopefully he'll be able to get out of this mini jam that he's in. 1-2 pitch, low and away, slider 83 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Spire to Clemens. Come on, Gabe. Two pitch, big swing and a miss. Nice job. There we go. After giving up the base knock, gets a big punch out. We needed that. And that is 1 away. Way to bring a little electricity for us Mariner fans. Nice job. Down goes Cody Clemens, striking out swinging, and that is 1 away. Next up in the 6th hole, second baseman Luke Keeschel, 1 for 3 today. And now Woodworth is coming out. Having a little discussion here with Cal and the rest of the team. Obviously getting a double play to be able to end this inning would be great, but got to keep this 2-2 lead, or a 2-2 tie, excuse me, so that way hopefully we can win 3-2 in the 9th. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Yeah, agreed. Anytime you end up losing your best player in the pen, and he's one of only 2 players that hasn't given up a run with him and Mason Miller. We know Miller is the best closer, in the game, and at least this year. But hopefully Brash will be okay. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 4-seam fastball right down the middle on pitch 1, 93 miles an hour. Pitch low and at the knees, 94 miles an hour. 4-seam fastball missing by an inch. 1 ball and 1 strike from Spire to Keeschel. 1-1 pitch, tries to jam him, and does. Fouls that one off, out of play. 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Gabe Spire. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning, we're knotted up at 2, and hopefully we can keep it that way. And Spire hops off the mound and takes a look at James Outman, who is pinch running for Ryan Jeffers, the former Dodger. One-two pitch, big swing and a miss, another big punch out. Nice job. Gives up a hit and then gets back-to-back punch-outs. Nice job there, Gabe. You're still not the most reliable player in the pen. You're probably 3rd best after Bizzardo and Brash, but so far, after giving up that hit, great job. And now Victor Caratini, the former Astros, coming in for Matt Wallner. right, bottom of the 8th, runner at second. Gabe Spire on the mound. And Victor Caratini, the former Astro, in the box. And we know how we feel about Astro players and former Astro players. Bottom of the 8th, runner at second with 2 outs. We're tied up at 2. He gives up a big base knock on his first batter, Gabe Spire, after, obviously we know with Matt Brash exiting after only 2 pitches, which is concerning, but hopefully he's okay. And hopefully we'll be able to get another out here and leave that runner stranded at second. First pitch, fouls that one off. Slider right behind the plate. 84 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Little dribbler there. Get it? Fuck. Right past JP. Runner's coming home. Throw. Fuck. Runner comes home and they score 3-2 Twins. And that's why we need Colt Emerson at shortstop instead of JP Crawford. And JP normally makes plays, but again, has been shaky in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Has a big home run for us early in the game to give us the 1-0 lead, but fuck, man. Big base knock there. And again, when you have short arms and short legs like JP Crawford and, Leo Rivas, sometimes you're not able to make the diving, grabs and, the jumping catches and whatnot that we desperately need. Still, we can come back, but definitely, it's going to be tough. First pitch in there to Brooks Lee for a strike, looking 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, big check swing there. Does he go around? Yes, he does. No balls and 2 strikes to Brooks Lee. And it's, not only, JP, but also Gabe Spire not really being good. Let's be real. He's our 3rd best, and I don't trust him. He's like Jose Ferrer. I hope he does good, but I have 0 confidence when he's out there. I have confidence in Bizardo and Brash, to get it done 80 to 90% of the time. But honestly, with Gabe and Jose Ferrer, it's probably like 40-60. Like, I hope that this is the good version that comes out, but I'm almost anticipating, them fucking up, and that's, obviously with other guys after them that are even worse, with obviously Cooper Criswell and a few others. And another base knock for Gabe Spire, you idiot. And it shows you how important the bullpen truly is. If Gabe is our 3rd best, we're in trouble. And obviously the Matt Brash injury definitely kind of screwed us here. If Brash would have pitched, we probably would be tied 2-2, but I mean, I don't know about y'all, but if you guys like Gabe and Jose Ferrer, but as far as lefties, I don't trust them at all. Lee singles to right, Caratini to third, And that's not a good feeling when you only have, 2, guys in the pen that you can trust. And we already know how Mooney has been this year as well as a closer. Sometimes, good, but, overall, not very good this year. Next up to Royce Lewis. Big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Throw to first and safe. Oh, 1 pitch, high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Royce Lewis. Yeah, and you would have hoped that JP would have been able to make that play, but even if he gets a glove on that, does he actually get the throw to first and Naylor on time? Probably not. So, this is more a Gabe Spire thing. Even though JP, we normally, assume he can make that play, but even if he gets a glove on that, I highly doubt the throw would have been accurate to Naylor. But this is a Gabe Spire problem. That's the reason why we're in this position. 2-1 pitch, fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. With runners on the corners at first and third with 2 outs. Spire on the mound. Royce Lewis in the box. Two-two pitch. Popped up and out of play. But again, Spire, is a guy that ends up, getting, opportunities here and there. But again, the only reason that he came in today is because Matt Brash was already in, and then he got injured on the second pitch, and then they pulled him and had to bring somebody in. So it wasn't really like, the number one choice of bringing in Gabe. It's just that Matt Brash got injured, and then they had to pull him after only 2 pitches, and then this is what we get. So would be nice to be able to have a few more trustworthy players in the bullpen, and that's going to be the position group that wins or loses you more games than any other position group, and it shows. Pitches low and at the knees. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and third and 2 outs. Three-two pitch from Spire and fouls that one off. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. And again, in a game where we led 1-0 and then we were down 2-1, and then Cole Young got a big RBI in the top of the 7th to tie it. We were thinking, okay, Brash is coming in, we're going to get some clutch hits late and, maybe win 3-2, but Gabe Spire with a walk, and now we got bases loaded. Jesus Christ, dude. Pull him. Terrible. I don't like Gabe Spire. I don't like Jose Ferrer. I don't like Cole Wilcox. I don't like Casey Legomina, even though he's not on the team anymore. Cooper Criswell, half and half, and then obviously you had, Volpe, making his debut, strikes out the first couple guys and has a meltdown. And, crazy to say, we know Carlos Vargas normally stinks, but I'm kind of missing him. And every once in a while Vargas would do good, but most of the time he would do bad. But goddamn, with so many guys doing shitty in the pen, it's like when you're missing, the worst guy in the pen last year to have some opportunities to fill in for some of these other guys, it's bad. Should have spent more money on the bullpen in the off season. That should be the number one priority every year for every team, getting more quality starters into the pen or other quality pen guys from other teams in your pen instead of worrying about backup right fielders and backup first baseman and, dumb shit like that. You need to be able to have quality guys in the pen, and it just feels like every team kind of ignores that position group. They just kind of, wait and, to see what happens. And most of the time it's not good for a lot of teams out there. Now it's the bottom of the 8th with bases loaded and 2 outs. We're down by a run. And at this point, if it gets any more than 1, this game more than likely is already over. So we have to keep it 3-2. And Cooper Criswell is coming in. And hopefully Cooper will be able to get this last out. But we don't really necessarily know the extent of the injury, unless it was just precautionary, to take Brash out. He had Tommy John in the past, as we know. So, it might have been just precautionary. He might not be on the injured list. It might be upper body, lower body, but, he only pitched 2 pitches and then they pulled him. So, and that second pitch went all the way back to the backstop away from Cal's glove and bounced off the bricks. So, but let's see if Cooper Criswell can, do something that Gabe Spire wasn't able to do, get us out of this jam, coming in with bases loaded and 2 outs. Let's see if Cooper can get a cheap out here. First pitch, big swing and a miss to Byron Buxton, 0-1 count. Sweeper 78 miles an hour there by Cooper Criswell, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. High and away. Sweeper, 80 miles an hour. High and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Byron Buxton. And again, we were one of the worst road teams in baseball, but again, we swept the Cardinals on the road, so that can't really be an excuse, and we got our ass kicked in game 1 in the rain and kicked their ass yesterday 7-1. 1-1 pitch, hard hit ball, deep left field. Randy is there, and that is out number 3. Nice job there by Cooper Criswell. And we have a chance. Obviously, if they would have scored another run and made it 4-2, realistically, probably game over. 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, it's over. But with, only being down a run. It's not ideal, but it's not something that we haven't come back from in the past. And hopefully we can find a way to win 4-3 in regulation or tie it up 3-3 and win 4-3 in 10, 11, or 12. Let's see if we have the right batters in place to make a run happen. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 3 with a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting second, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, right fielder Luke Raley. Work the fucking count. And batting third, 1 for 3 with a run and 2 Ks, the Italian Stallion, DHing Dominic Canzone. Trident's up. Let's go M's. And again, if Luke continues to struggle, I would swap him for Canzone in right field and make Luke be the DH. And maybe we can get better results. And give Canzone a little bit more time in right field as well. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. 84 subs to go to 24,000. All right, we need a little bit of a mini miracle here, and hopefully we can get it. All right, we're at 146 likes, 4 more to 150. $54 to 200. Mariners off tomorrow, and then we got a 3-game set against the Royals. And then on Saturday, on my birthday, hopefully they'll be able to get the victory there as well. And then we got a 3-game set at home after the Royals against the Braves, who are one of the best teams in baseball, with the Dodgers, the Padres, the Reds, and the Yankees, and the Rays. So again, when we play the Braves, it could get ugly. So we need to make sure we find a way to, try to win that Royal series. But hopefully we can come back here and beat the Minnesota Twins. First pitch to Randy, low and away, splitter 83 miles an hour. 1-0 count. And all we need is a mini meltdown by this pitcher, and we can find a way to win. 1-0 pitch, low and away. I like this. Splitter 82 miles an hour. 2 balls and no strikes to Randy Arozarena. I still believe we can win this game. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Hawks in the building. What's good? Let's get it. 2-0 pitch, low and away. We're getting a mini meltdown. You ask for a mini meltdown, you get one. Slider, low and away. Now, don't ruin it here, Randy. Take the walk if it's there, and hopefully, if it's not, low and away, which I assume it will be. And then it is low and away, 4 straight balls, and that's a walk. We like that. Tying run already on first base. Hell, if Gabe Spire's going to have a fucking meltdown, we can get a meltdown by them as well. Let's go. Let's go, Luke. Be patient, my guy. He can't hit the strike zone, so don't fucking swing. First pitch, low and into the dirt. 1-0 count. And again, this will really show if Luke Raley and Dominic Canzone are paying attention. Do you have any fucking awareness on what's going on around you? Can you realize that this guy can't hit the strike zone and has pitched 5 straight balls? Or are you going to be an idiot and swing at garbage and then end up losing the game for us? So hopefully Luke Raley and Dominic Canzone, we'll have a little bit of awareness here. And again, and if they have the right awareness, we can win this game, 4-3 or even tie it up 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Let's go. 5 straight balls here by the Minnesota Twins. And again, you don't have to necessarily hit if a guy can't hit the strike zone. One-0 pitch, high and away. I love this. 6 straight pitches there by Minnesota, all balls. And look at that, Luke not swinging. It's a miracle. 2 balls and no strikes to Luke Raley. I mean, hell, if we just don't swing the rest of this inning, hell, we might be able to get a few runs just easy. But do they have the patience to do that? Absolutely not. 2-0 pitch, finally, first strike. there for Orzi. 2 balls and 1 strike to Luke Raley. Be patient, Luke. 2-1 pitch. Can't hit the strike zone again. Low and away. And if that was Luke early in the game, you best believe he would have swung. And he ends up being patient. Looks like he does have some fucking awareness. All right, 3 balls and 1 strike to Luke Raley. Here we go. And we don't need Randy to be overly aggressive to try to steal second and get thrown out. Be patient here. Tying run aboard. 3-1 pitch. And finally hitting another strike there from Orzi. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Luke Raley. Let's go, Luke. Take the walk unless it's right down the middle, and then feel free to swing on a 3-2 count. Here we go. Top of the 9th. Orzi on the mound. Luke Raley in the box. Tying run at first. Randy Arozarena with a walk. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Luke Raley. That's tough. 4-seam fastball right down the middle, and that is 1 away. Next up for the Mariners in the 7-hole, DHing, Dominic Canzone. And we already know who the hero is going to be. It's our guy, second baseman, Cole Young. Let's go. See if Canzone can get on base, and then Cole Young can win this game for us. Let's go. First pitch to Dom. Takes a strike looking with a splitter. 82 miles an hour by Orzi. 0-1 count. Top of the 9th inning. 3-2 Twins. Runner at first with 1 out. Come on, Mariners. Try dance up. Oh, 1 pitch, low and at the knees, splitter, 82 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dominic Canzone. One pitch from Orzi, and fouls it behind the plate. Splitter, 83 miles an hour by Dominic Canzone. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first. Randy Arozarena with 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, Mariners down by a run. And we got Cole Young on deck. And we know Cole Young, how, clutch he's been, lately. Probably the most clutch player that we have, lately besides, Julio, maybe in the last 14, 15 games, and Josh Naylor. Come on, Dom. 1-2 pitch from Orzi, and dribbles it towards first base and foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Canzone in the box, Cole Young on deck, and that's the best player that you could imagine, that you would want on deck on the team at this moment. Cole Young has made more big plays late in games besides maybe Josh Naylor recently, so. One-two pitch from Orzi to Canzone. High and away. Good patience there by Dom. Splitter, 83 miles an hour, missing by a few inches there. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Dom is definitely due for a home run or a big RBI. 2-2 pitch. Crushes that one into left field, out of play. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Two pitch. Hard hit ball. Right field in the gap. Go, baby, go. Go, 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 Randy. Go. Let's go. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Let's go, baby. And we got Cole Young. He's here. Let's get it. My guy. There we go. Overdue and delivers. Nice job by Dominic Canzone. And now we got probably the player that we trust the most out of anybody in late game situations, Cole Young. Let's go, Cole. See, we can be the hero again and get another RBI. When we were down 2-1, he tied it up at 2-2 with a big RBI in the 7th. And I know it's asking a lot out of a young player, only in his 2nd year, but Cole Young is that guy. It's a Cole world, baby. Let's go, Cole. First pitch from Orzi to Young, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. Let's go, baby. Single gets the game tied. A double could potentially give us the 4-3 lead. And then obviously home run would definitely give us the victory, more than likely. 1-0 pitch. Good patience by Young. You don't really see that out of a 2nd-year player often. 2 balls and no strikes to Cole Young. And they have Leo Rivas running for Randy Orosarena. And Leo steals a bag, and he's at 2nd now. Look at that. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Let's go, Cole. Let's go. Let's tie this game up or take the lead. We can find a way to win this game 4-3 in regulation or in extras. 2-0 pitch. And a little dribbler towards first base and foul. 2 balls and 1 strike from Orzi to Young. Let's go, Cole. Bring that electricity, baby. We love you. Two-one pitch. Big swing and a miss. Slider high and away. 87 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Come on, Cole. Come on, Young. It's a Cole world, baby. Let's see if this baby face can do it. 2 balls and 2 strikes with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. 2-2 pitch, little dribbler towards first base and foul. Splitter, 84 miles an hour. Orzi on the mound, Young in the box. Come on, Cole. Yeah, a single could score 2, depending on where it goes. Especially when you got Rivas running instead of Randy. 2-2 pitch. Little dribbler up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. Let's go. Let's go. Randy scores. Rivas scores. 4-3 M's. Let's go. Boom. 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 Let's go. And that's why I'm talking about Cole Young. He might be the best player on the team, baby. What a hero Cole Young is. And again, we put him on the social media post today. I thought he'd be the hero. I put him on the thumbnail, just like I did with Naylor the previous day. And, sometimes the sports gods recognize and they get the job done. Huge hit there. Going up the middle. And what are the chances it ends up slithering all the way into the outfield? I mean, Young is an amazing player, offense and defense. And those are my type of guys. Next up is Will Wilson. Let's go. What a comeback. What a comeback. Top of the 9th, 4-3 Mariners after Gabe Spire with his fucking meltdown. We come back with Cole Young, not only doing it in the 7th inning and tying the game up 2-2, taking the lead with a big single that scores 2 at 2nd and 3rd in a good decision to obviously swap out the runner there and have Rivas at 2nd. Let's go, baby. 1 ball and 1 strike to Will Wilson. Angry with a 5er. Appreciate you. One pitch. Low and at the hips. Splitter, 82 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike from Orzi to Wilson. And again, it shows you, as bad as we can be with Gabe Spire in our bullpen, all we need is one pitcher to have a mini meltdown, Orzi, right? And look at that, again, and sometimes, you don't know when it's going to happen, but again, if you have that faith, knowing that, they can have a meltdown too. It's not just us. And Cole Young steals a bag and now is at 2nd base. But again, if you're looking at guys that are reliable, This is a huge upgrade over Jorge Polanco. He's a young player, literally, and figuratively. Only in his second year, a huge upgrade, great defender, great hitter, great clutch hitter, and again, even though Julio and Cal and Naylor, might be popular names, if Cole Young keeps playing like this, he's going to be right there on that Julio Cal level. And hell, he might even surpass them, if he keeps it up, as far as consistency year in and year out. I mean, obviously we know Cal, 60 home runs, Julio's an all-star more times than not. But when's the last time that we actually had an all-star second baseman? And he's, saved us the most runs out of any player, this year. And he's actually won us, quite a few games already in these first, 32 games. So, to be able to have a player make this huge jump, defensively and offensively. And it's one thing, to be able to get hits, that not necessarily maybe meaningful, but, just getting singles here and there, that would be great. But to be able to get singles that turn into big game-winning RBIs, that really takes your game to another level. And again, we trust him on defense. We trust him on offense. And honestly, out of everyone on the team, besides maybe Brendan Donovan when he's healthy, this might be the most clutch hitter late in games that you actually want to hit. Because again, when Donnie's, in the box, you expect him to get a hit. When Cole is in the box, you expect him to get a hit. And when he doesn't, you're a little disappointed because, he's obviously been able to show that he can do it. And more of a clutch hitter than Cal and Julio. And obviously we know Naylor has been clutch lately as well, which is good for him with the slow start. But man, Cole Young, the baby face. It's a Cole world, baby. Top of the ninth, runners at first and second. And next up will be J.P. Crawford. Riz loves it, baby. What a hit. What a play. And it's one thing to be able to come up clutch once, to tie the game up in the top of the seventh with a double and can zone scoring. But then to be able to do it again, right? A single to center, scoring Randy and Rivas. I mean, you can't really script it like that. And again, we haven't really seen, too many second basemen built like this. And again, just imagine when Colt Emerson gets called up replacing JP, then we have a great shortstop second baseman combo with Naylor at first and then Donovan at third. It's going to be one of the best infields in the game. And again, Cole Young, amazing. RBI leaders this season. He's number 1, 19. Cal Raleigh, number 2, 17. And number 3, Josh Naylor, 15 because of his hot streak within the last 5 or 6 games. J.P. Crawford hit a home run in the top of the third inning to give us a 1-0 lead. Let's see if J.P. can get another big RBI here. Oh, 1 pitch, low and away, there by Taylor Rogers coming in. But Orzi having the meltdown, throwing 5 straight balls. That was kind of the sign where, hey, we can come back here. And thankfully, we ended up getting the meltdown by them. One pitch from Rogers to JP. And a little blooper. And it gets past him. Yes, let's go. And another infield base hit there by J.P. Crawford. And the Twins and Brooks Lee, they're starting to fumble the bag here. And now we got bases loaded with 1 out for, guess who? The big dumper, Cal Raleigh. I mean, an exclamation point with a grand salami here would be fantastic. But hell, we'll take an RBI single or RBI double if we can get it too. Hell, we'll even take a walk or a hit by pitch so that runner from third can just come home and we can get an extra run. But we need as much insurance as we can get. Let's go. What a comeback for the Mariners. And again, the turning point for the Mariners was that 11-9 comeback victory against the Cardinals. After Wu gave up 7 runs in the first 3 innings, he scored 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th with 2-run RBI singles by Connor Joe in the 8th and Leo Rivas in the 9th. And again, things are looking pretty good here for Seattle. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Rogers to Raleigh. Can we get another meltdown here? It looks like it. 2-0 pitch, high and away. 3 balls and no strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. 3-0 count. Cal doesn't swing the rest of the way. That runner from third comes home. 5-3 Mariners. Let's go. What a comeback. That's why it's never over until it's over. 3-0 pitch. Finally a strike. in the zone. Sinker, 91 miles an hour there by Taylor Rogers. 3 balls and 1 strike with bases loaded and 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, 4-3 Mariners. And again, when you end up, being down, 3-2, sometimes, certain individuals start to lose a little bit of hope and whatnot, but you have to have that faith. 3-1 pitch, fouls that one off with a little check swing towards first base. Sweeper, 78 miles an hour by Taylor Rogers. 3 balls and 2 strikes with bases loaded and 1 out. The most reliable hitter on the Seattle Mariners, Cole Young. Love it, man. 3-2 pitch, fouls that one behind the plate. Count still remains 3 balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And it's just nice to be able to have so many good players playing so many different positions. Cal being a switch hitter, and being a catcher, Julio in center field, giving us those Ken Griffey Jr. vibes. And now finally having an amazing second baseman, that actually can play defense, not like Polo last year. So 3-2 pitch, fouls that one off. Count still is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And then once we get Brandon Donovan back in the Royals series, that'll improve us at third base, from Leo Rivas, which will be great. Better hitter and a better defender. And then it's just about, consistency out of guys, like Luke Raley and Dominic Canzone when they get a chance to play. And, Ref Snyder and Connor Joe and Mitch Garver. It's like the role players matter. 3-2 pitch. That gets fouled behind the plate. Count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes with bases loaded and 1 out. Let's just open the fucking game up here. Yeah, and I can't wait for Colt Emerson and Cade Anderson to join this team too. We're going to get Victor Robles back soon, Brandon Donovan back soon, Bryce Miller back soon. But, nothing excites me more than Cade Anderson, Ryan Sloan, and Colt Emerson. Colt and Cole are going to be the CNC Music Factory. 3-2 pitch. Hard hit ball. Deep center field. All the way to the wall. Oh, my God. It's caught by Buxton. Tag up. And a runner scores. Cole Young from third. 5-3 Mariners. Wow. And again, if Buxton doesn't make that play, it probably ends up being 6-3, maybe even 7-3. But Buxton with that athleticism ends up catching that ball. But deep enough for Cole Young to tag up from third and score. Wilson to third. Now we got runners at first and third with 2 outs. We get that insurance that we need. We're not talking Geico. And now let's see if we can get one more RBI out of Julio Rodriguez. He hits a home run. It's 8-3. Gets an RBI single at 6-3. And when you're up by 2, we feel pretty good. But if we end up being up by 3, more than likely that's going to turn into a victory. And depending on who comes in for us here late. And let's see if Julio Rodriguez can do some damage here. 1 for 4 today with a K. He's been batting over 300 in the last 15 games. He had 3 doubles yesterday, a career high. And let's see what Julio does here. First pitch, Julio pops it up, and this should be an easy out number 3. And Lewis is there, and that is it. We leave 2 stranded, but not after. We come up with some big plays. 3 fucking runs in the 9th. Down 3-2, and then look at that, a 5-3 lead. And again, I know there's probably some Mariner fans that turned the game off and thought, it's over. We lost 3-2, after Gabe Spire had the fucking meltdown, right? But we find a way to get the job done. Cole Young singles to center. Randy and Rivas score, right? 4-3 Mariners after being down 3-2. Hard to come back, in the top of the 9th when you're down even a run, but we did it. And then Cal Raleigh with a sac fly to center. Young scores from third. And like that, 5-3 Seattle. Let's go. And now we just have to hope that we don't have a meltdown with our closer and we can get the victory here. And not only that, win the series and get to 500. If we win this game, we're 16-16. And as crazy as that sounds, that's going to be like the 3rd best record in the American League. There's only 2 teams that have more wins, than 15. And that's the Yankees at number 1 and the Tampa Bay Rays at number 2. Floating around that 18-19 range. So again, even though, the record on paper looks bad, the American League is fucking bad. So, and we can end up getting first place in the American League West here in a couple days. So again, we win this game. We're at 500, which isn't ideal. But again, we're definitely trending in the right direction. Trident's up. Let's fucking go M's. Next up for the Twins will be Austin Martin. Six straight games with an RBI, longest streak by a Mariners player since Eugenio Suarez, who did it 10 straight in 2023. 8 RBIs since April 24th, tied for most in MLB. And on the road trip, believe it or not, batting fucking 500. Look at that. You know, we talk about Cal, we talk about Julio, we talk about Naylor and Randy. We need to start talking more about fucking Cole Young. Incredible player. Starting to become one of my favorites on the team. And we got Andres Munoz on the mound, and as long as we get the good Mooney, not the bad Mooney, we should be good to go. First pitch, takes a strike looking high and inside, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, check swing, low and away. And behind in the count, Austin Martin, no balls and 2 strikes to Andres Munoz. Let's go. We need the good Mooney, baby, especially having the shitty Gabe earlier today. Oh-2 pitch, low and away. Tried to get him to bite. He did not. Slider 85 miles an hour by Andres Munoz, who hasn't really been that good this season. You know, once out of every 4 or 5 opportunities, he lights it up, but hopefully he'll be able to get the job done here against Austin Martin. 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball up a mile into the infield, and JP Crawford is there, and that is 1 away. Maria with a tour. Appreciate you. Every dollar counts. Thank you so much. And again, to be the worst team on the road in baseball going into that Cardinal series, we've been able to potentially win 5 out of 6. So obviously we're not as bad as a lot of people thought. We just played a lot of games at home. And again, the Astros series was really the series that turned our season around. And again, obviously getting swept by the Padres didn't feel good. But that was really the only hiccup that we've had since the Astros series overall. First pitch to Josh Bell, big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and away, change up 90 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Bell. You know, and again, we know Cal and Julio are going to make big plays from time to time, but for me, it's all about consistency and can you play offense and defense? And again, Cole Young obviously checks off all those boxes. Normally a guy like Julio checks those boxes off as well, and he's been hot in the last 10, 15 games, but he hasn't been winning games the same way as Cole Young. And again, that's the difference. It's just great to be able to have at least a couple great two-way players in Julio and Cole Young, and hopefully we'll get a few others. 1-2 pitch to Josh Bell, high and away, change up 90 miles an hour, missing by Mooney. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Josh Bell. Andres Munoz on the mound and Josh Bell in the box. We win this game, we win the series, and then we come home starting Friday playing the Royals. And I know we can win 2 out of 3 against them. If we win the first 2, we might be able to sweep them. And again, we'll talk about that when we get the first 2 dubs, if we do. You know, but again, it could definitely put us in a position to be above 500. And it's been a minute since we've been above 500. I'm waiting. 3-2 pitch from Mooney. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Josh Bell, usually the second best hitter besides Byron Buxton. And nice job there by Mooney. Bell strikes out, and that is 2 away. And next up is James Outman, the former Dodger. First pitch from Mooney to Outman. Slider 85 miles an hour, big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Try dance up, let's go M's. And if you watch Cole Young, you know, in the farm, you kind of knew that this could happen, but you just didn't know when it would happen. How many years would we have to wait for him to break out? And apparently only 1. You know, this is only his 2nd year, and Colt Emerson can do the same thing. People are going to love Colt when he gets the call up. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, low and away. No balls and 2 strikes to James Outman. We're 1 strike away from victory, baby. 0-2 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to James Outman. And this one feels really good after Gabe Spire fucked everything up. You know, JP obviously missed that ball, but it was on Gabe Spire, you know, for getting it all the way to bases loaded. And again, not a guy that I really like or trust. And same thing with Jose Ferrer and everyone else. It's like Bizzardo and Brash, I trust them, but I don't trust anybody else. And, lately I've been able to trust Mooney a little bit more, but, hopefully we'll be able to spend a little bit more money on the bullpen moving forward because we definitely need to. 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Slider 85 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Mooney to Outman. All right, Mooney, finish strong here, baby. And we'll go over the stats here in a moment. 2-2 pitch. Strike his ass out. Got him! And that is the ball game, baby. Let's go. What a comeback. Cole Young for fucking president. Batting fucking 500 on the road trip. And if we don't have Cole Young, we don't fucking win this series, let alone this game. And again, who do I put on the thumb coming into the game, thinking that he would be the hero? Guess who? Cole Young. Let's go. Criswell with the win. Mooney with the save. Final score, Seattle Mariners 5, Minnesota Twins 3. And when the Mariners win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win, Mariners win, Mariners win. Fuck yeah. And we win the series, and we're at 500 finally, 16-16. The Twins fail and go down to 13-18 and go to 8-8 at home. Let's go over the stats for the players. So let's go over just a quick recap of the game. So JP Crawford, homer to right, 374 feet, 1-0 Mariners. Then Brooks Lee in the bottom of the fourth, single to right. Clemens and Jeffers scores, 2-1 Minnesota. And then Cole Young in the top of the seventh, double to center. As clutch as you can be, Canzone scoring, knotting it up 2-2. And then Victor Caratini single to left, Outman scored, making it 3-2. And then obviously when we're down 3-2, in the ninth, a lot of times you don't come back. But Cole Young singles the center. Randy and Rivas score 4-3 Mariners. And then Cal Raleigh, obviously there at the very end, sac fly to center with bases loaded. Young scores from third, tagging up on the sac fly. And the Mariners win 5-3. So let's go over the stats here real quick individually for both. Byron Buxton, 1 for 5. Trevor Larnach, 2 for 3. Josh Bell, 0 for 5. Ryan Jeffers, 2 for 4. Cody Clemens, 2 for 3. Luke Keishall, 1 for 4. Matt Wallner, 0 for 2. Brooks Lee, 2 for 4. And Royce Lewis, 1 for 3. And now they got Brad Adam mic'd up here with our guy, our hero, Cole Young. And let's go over the stats of the Mariner players. JP Crawford, 2 for 3 with a home run early in the matchup and an RBI. Cal Raleigh, 0 for 3. Julio Rodriguez, 1 for 5 after getting 3 doubles yesterday, a career high. Josh Naylor, 0 for 4. Randy, 0 for 3. Luke Raley, 0 for 4. So the middle of the order did nothing, but the bottom of the order stepped up. Dominic Canzone, 2 for 4. Cole Young, 2 for 4 with 3 ribbies, including the game winners late in the 7th and in the 9th. And then obviously Will Wilson getting a chance to fill in for Leo Ribas, 0 for 3. But again, it's about Cole Young. 2 for 4, a double, a single, a run, 3 RBIs, batting 500 on the road trip. And again, if we don't have Cole Young, we don't win games. Awesome, man. And again, if he continues to play like this, not only, will he be recognized as, one of the best second basemen defensively, which he is, he's going to be recognized as one of the most clutch second baseman hitters on top of that. And I would love to see Cole Young in an all-star game, obviously in his second season, obviously a little early for that, but again, if you're looking at the numbers, Cole Young is as reliable as they come, kind of how we felt when Brandon Donovan was healthy. If he's there, more times than not, you feel that he's going to get a hit. And again, fantastic job. Not only just getting hits, but getting clutch hits for RBIs and home runs to win games. That's what it's about. And Cole Young is doing it all. Offense, defense, what can this man not do? It's a Cole world, baby. Let's go. Way to dig that one out. And think about how many times, when you're down 3-2 in the ninth, you lose. 9 times out of 10, unless you have a guy as good as Cole Young. And apparently the Seattle Mariners, we got ourselves a good one. Criswell with the win, Mooney with the save. Final score, Seattle Mariners 5, Minnesota Twins 3. Awesome, man. What a fucking game. And this does put us at 500 now. We're 16-16. And we've improved to 6-9 on the road when we only had one win prior to that. So again, we 1-8. Now we're 6-9 on the road. So it shows you we swept the Cardinals and we won 2 out of 3 here against Minnesota, winning 5 out of 6 on the road. And now we have the day off tomorrow. And then we come home and play the Royals. And hopefully we can beat their ass and win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 in a sweep. And then we can really, be on track for the Atlanta Braves after that, who are one of the top teams in baseball. Nice job. 5 runs, 7 hits compared to 3 runs and 12 hits from the Twins. But again, the difference, it is Cole Young. It's a Cole world, baby. Well, I'm going to have a fantastic Wednesday. I know you guys are going to have a fantastic Thursday as well. And again, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very much. Shout out to all the people that donated, commented, and shared. Captain and Alex and Angry, as well as Maria as well. All the people that subbed to the channel, appreciate you. And again, final score, Seattle Mariners 5, Minnesota Twins 3. We win the series. And again, we're at 500 for the first time in a long time. Shout out to our guy, Cole Young. You are the fucking man. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Final score, Mariners 5, Twins 3. And I am out. Tridents up. Go Mariners. Cole Young, you're the man.